What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. That was Linda Binda. You can catch her on YouTube, TikTok, Cameo. That was a Cameo intro somebody had bought for us. What's up, guys?
I'm a little bit drunk. I'm a little bit
no.
drunk because I'm drinking. I'm a little bit
Kev
drunk.
from
I'm a
Connecticut
little
just
bit drunk
resubscribed for
because I'm
17
drinking.
months. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you for the subscriptions and the donations. I appreciate that. I don't know where they all came from, but I appreciate that. It says Kev resubscribed. That was 600 bits from Austin. Barbara Antique with a resubscription. Sue's Bressler with 18 months. There's 13 months, 17 months. There's a lot of people in there for a long time. Thank you, guys. Hey, I wasn't feeling great the last couple days. I didn't stream the last couple days. I don't know what was going on. There was like a sickness going around where we live. Some of the kids had it. Some of the adults had it. And I just woke up feeling really bad, and my blood pressure was like all over the place. Typically, I know I have high blood pressure. It's something related to my PTSD. It's actually one of my claims against the VA. the hypervigilance and all that nonsense raises my blood pressure significantly. Even when I am in pretty decent shape. I'm not in decent shape right now, but even when I was, it raised my blood pressure pretty significantly. But I was having like, I don't know if it was just a combination of like being sick and dehydrated, or I might have been slipping into shock. I don't know. My blood pressure was just dropping out, way lower than it typically is. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's all stabilized now. I kind of slept it off. Maybe it was like being sick and exhaustion. I've been kind of burning the candle at both ends, so I don't have to deal with other things right now. But yeah, maybe it's just a combination of the exhaustion, dehydration, and a minor illness, like a 24-hour bug or whatever. But it kept bottoming out pretty bad. But everything seems to be going. I got a lot of rest. I basically slept a whole day and that night. And then the next morning, I would just wake up for a few hours. That was yesterday. I would just wake up for a few hours here and there. And this morning, I woke up and felt all right. So hopefully we're back to it. I'm trying to get an appointment with my primary care over at the VA to see what's up, see what's going on. I'm not sure, but either way, back to my normal high blood pressure. So I'm feeling better. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the holidays, especially this one.
Burgie
I'm a little bit
445
drunk, I'm a
Jadex
little bit
600.
drunk, cause I'm drinking.
Thank you very much,
I'm a
Reggie.
little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk,
Austin
cause I'm
underscore
drinking.
Milbard underscore GLG20 cheers Dex 700.
Oh, thank you for the 700 bits. Hopefully they all go off. There it is.
It tells you laws and orders, because we're a nation of law and order. Oh, all of a sudden. Oh,
This guy.
man, this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, and look at him. He's all upset today. Not upset. Shoot, I sleep like a baby every night.
Thank you for the donations. I'm not a big fan of the holidays, especially these. I lost both my parents in last year. My mom right before Christmas. I think it was December 14th maybe, and then my dad passed away back in September. So it's gonna be the first holiday without either one of them. And then I don't know. It's just gonna be rough. So I'm not looking real forward to. I honestly just tried to ignore it most of the time, but I guess it's tomorrow now. I've ignored it as long as I can, I guess. So happy holidays to everybody else. It's just not my thing. So I figured I'd just hang out a little bit and watch some videos maybe or something. I don't know. I'm still not feeling great. I'm not super stoked about the holidays, but I wanted to stream, so here I am. What have you guys been up to? I guess getting ready for the holidays. I think we're going to my sister's house earlier in the day. I got one sister that goes to Kentucky because her husband has family up there, and then I've got another. I got two sisters, so I got one sister.
Underscore Milbard underscore GLG20 just gifted 5 subs.
I appreciate it. If you want to support the show, you can go to Cobra.fund. Use Buy Me a Coffee. That's probably the easiest link to use. You can also use Dono Clip if you're interested in sending an audio or video clip. Buy Me a Coffee is the easiest way to send like a message with it. Liam and I are baking, so I'll be in and out of it. Yeah, I'm not real stoked about it, but I can't stop it. I guess it's coming either way. So I guess I'm gonna go to my sister's house tomorrow earlier in the day and see how that works out. And then, depending on how I feel, Mariah's family thing is after that. At her family's house, I guess probably her grandma's. I don't know, but I don't know. That sucks, dude. I don't even want to think about it. My mom loved the holidays too. One time they thought I was going to be on a rapid deployment, and I was going to get called up before Christmas happened. But it didn't happen, but that's what the plan was. They were talking about leaving on December 1st, even though we weren't supposed to leave until like February or something. And my mom canceled Christmas. She wouldn't let anybody else have it because I wasn't going to be there. But it is what it is. It comes and goes, I guess. Either way, we'll see. I've seen a bunch of videos people have shared and put together or whatever. I noticed Phil's been posting more flat Earth bullshit. I guess we can go over here and look at. I don't know what's on Phil's mind, but clearly it's not females. See if you can catch this little slip up in this video. This little slip of tongue here. Yeah, my blood pressure was like he's talking about that video we watched of that woman calling Phil out for. He doesn't address the fact that he's announced Nasara Gasara like 3 times for 3 years over and over. It's always just around the corner. It's gonna be this year. 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 That's who he's talking about. And then he doesn't address that. Instead, he addresses the fact that he said he was competing with Trump.
Remember me?
Curious
back.
sound.
Kinda. Little kinda back. Anyway, in my absence for the last 10 or 12 days, however long I've been away from doing lives, I see that there's a Karen with glasses who appears to be wanting to be a truther, but is doing a pretty poor job at it. So what these people do is when they fail at being truthers, they try to somehow gain notoriety by bashing the real truthers. And sometimes they take a swing at the guys at the top, like me.
First of all, I don't think you're at the top. Second of all, I don't think it's to gain notoriety. I think it's because they think you're wrong, because they pick up on patterns, because they see you predicting the same things over and over again. Those things never happen. I think that's probably closer.
People do is when they fail at being truthers, they try to somehow gain notoriety by bashing the real truthers.
Jesus Christ, that was loud. Uh-oh. I'm not really an asshole. the one time I go live on YouTube, now we got a copyright claim. That's right. Thank you very much for the donation. I don't know who that was. Gotta go look. Thank you. So anyways, thank you. I appreciate it. I am kind of an asshole. I appreciate the donation.
And sometimes they take a swing at the guys at the top, like me. So I found it necessary to make.
This is silly, right? This doesn't help anybody's career. If Phil's really at the top and Phil really has whatever million viewers he's claiming now, if any of that were true, it would be the worst thing to do to call him out. I think these people are brainwashed, but I think they're also they also can see pattern recognition of Phil predicting Nasara Gasara every year since Trump left office.
Make just a short video and
this year it's happening.
Just what I'm about to tell you. Number one, I have no idea who this lady is. She's not an anon. She's not any sort of influence in our movement whatsoever. She's not part of any group that I'm associated with. She is just a regular simpleton that likes to look at herself on camera, I believe.
A regular simpleton that likes to look at herself on camera. Seems to me like she's a cute-tard that makes cute-tarded videos. Like, on TikTok.
If you don't know who I'm talking about, don't even bother, because it's, in my opinion, it's not worth your time. You could obviously invest your time in whatever you want, but in my opinion, I'm not going to post a link, or I'm not even going to say like the name of the channel, because to me it's just a waste. Number two, I really hate when
he doesn't want to post a link or share her channel, because if he does, then he's going to have to, people are going to see the video where she's got the clips of him predicting Nasara Gasara every year, just keeping his people hanging on, begging them to buy silver over and over again every year. He said every year since this all has started that it's coming this year. Sometimes he'll even say it's coming this month or before Christmas of that year.
When people take my words out of context, I don't like that. and this is why I'm making the video, otherwise I would have just let this go and wouldn't have said anything. In the video of the fall from my last live, I said that the context of it is this: Trump was going live at the same time as my live, and I made a comment like, yeah.
Uh-oh, there's a Donald clip. Let me see if I can find this lady's. There's so many fucking accounts listed for this bitch. I guess they're all backup accounts. I don't know. It's this lady he's talking about.
People will understand how freaking frustrated I am. Hello.
Oh, this isn't even the most recent account.
I'm answer your question
Hold on.
again. As I've answered.
Hey, Will, it's me. I've had the sniffles the last couple of days, but what you gotta do is gotta boil some onions, put them in your underpants, and run around the neighborhood almost.
I don't think I'll try that just yet. I think I'm feeling a little bit better now that you just said that. So this is the lady.
All right. I have been following Ingersoll Lockwood somewhat, and this just hit me. Okay, last night I did a video and I showed you the rabbit. He's still in his spacesuit, and the name of the JPEG, okay, it's a PNG file, but it's SpaceX, the final frontier. And I didn't realize the date until I saw this in my feed on X. On November.
And even this was days ago. She might have something more recent.
Okay, I have questions.
Here, Phil says Nassara is here and the RV has happened. This is the one we watched the other day.
I'm going to play you a clip.
The finalization of NESARA has happened today. The reevaluation of currency of all countries worldwide has happened today, November 5th, 2023.
Now, all Phil's he's gonna continue that lie. I don't think he can back out with this is misinformation, disinformation, my sources are wrong. I think what he's gonna do is continue this lie and say that, oh, it did all happen, it just hasn't been announced to the public yet. The same way that he said the Supreme Court decision happened, it just hasn't been announced, and he still stands by that. He still says that the Supreme Court overturned the election. It was one of the Brunson brothers cases, but it actually happened a year ago, and he knew about it the whole time, and they're planning to announce it to the public as soon as the Supreme Court justices are safe. That's basically what he's saying.
It is done. It is done. It is over. Reevaluation has happened.
So, when does accountability happen? People want the truth. We want proof. I can't say that that's not true. Because
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about in his current video.
Words are not proof.
Him trashing Trump.
What NESARA is supposed to entail. And again, that's not even proof because anybody could have written that, and we don't have a law to physically see what it's going to entail. But let's say everything we've been told about that is true. And NESARA says, the law says, there will be no wars, there will be peace in all countries. All governments will have peace. So make it make sense.
Anonymous gifted Rob 5,252
Rob.
a subscription. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Rob 5,252.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That we're signing NESARA in and reevaluating our currency when there's a war, when the Middle East is on fire. So why would anybody be signing NESARA in?
Oh, Phil already said that the war is not real. Phil already said the war is not real. It happened a long time ago.
Old McPhildo had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, with a douchebag here and a douchebag there, here a douche, there a douche, everywhere a douche, douche. Old McPhildo had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Thank you very much, Yeller Nuts. Thank you, I appreciate it.
The next question is,
I still feel kind of rough. I don't know. I just been kind of out of it. I did see a hot new debunking channel popping up on YouTube because somebody's got to step up and do it. I had to check them out sometime. Seems like they got a lot of push behind them.
know that potato in a Tyler Perry studio or the actor playing a dead guy is not signing anything. So that means Trump signed NESARA and went against the Nasara law by signing it in when there's a war. And the next
Well, that's not real.
ask or question is, being that that is a huge announcement, wouldn't that come from someone more like, let's say, Trump? I just taking a stab in the dark here. I think Trump should be the one to announce that. But here's a lot of other things that were said about Nasara that has been promised.
There it is. You see all the dates there.
Will Nasara come in 2021? Yes. Nasara this year? Yes. Will we have Nasara by Christmas? Yes. Will we see Nasara in November? Yes. A lot of questions about Nasara. So Nasara is as imminent as Nasara could be.
So a lot of people are concerned about Nasara. And if you don't have proof, why say it? Because that makes people believe blindly.
Because that keeps his followers following. I mean, you're just as fucking stupid peddling everything else, right? Well, Phil's not right about it happening right now, but it is going to happen at some point. If you don't have proof, why fucking say it?
Which, isn't that what we just got out of the habit of doing with the media? Following blindly? So it doesn't do anything but hurt people to have information that big without proof. It hurts the movement. It hurts.
Oh, thank you very much, Clark. Hope you feel better. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for that. I appreciate the donation. That's from Buy Me a Coffee. Buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. Thank you.
It's the truth movement, because truth should be able to be proven. But I forgot. This is what was said about being accountable and questioning his intel.
Don't question my intel.
Ever.
Don't question.
Ever. I think it's funny they got the spy music going.
I can't ignore it anymore. Have you heard this yet? I'm going to play.
The only person or the only people that have benefited from Phil was originally just Phil, and he's by far benefited the most. And then on top of that, the people that he brought in early enough and put on top of his pyramid scheme, including people like Andy, those people have definitely benefited. Like, if you want to, here's the problem with Phil Silver with 7K medals. If you're a collector of coins and know what you're doing to buy coins that are going to go up in value, that are going to retain their value, that someone's willing to buy, you don't need a buying club that sends you 3 random coins a month. If you're a person who just wants to buy silver to protect your investment, you need to buy bullion, which doesn't even count towards the buying club pyramid scheme of 7K. There's a catch-22. They're taking people who know nothing about silver and putting them in a position where they need to make sound decisions about the silver they're purchasing and what the value of it is going to do over time. They don't know. They don't understand. They don't know. They shouldn't be in that position. They should be buying bullion. If they want collector coins, they need to go out and do the research. They need to understand it. They need to see the value. Instead, you sign up, pay a monthly fee, and they send you 3 random coins every month and tell you, oh, this is, it's $28 an ounce or $25 an ounce or whatever, spot price. But this one right here, this one's worth $350 because we said so. I don't know if she's still got the Phil video up.
Through the day, who had it and
I'm on her Telegram.
regular from able to go backwards to it.
About Phil.
Hey, I'm just doing a vibe check, and I hope everybody's doing okay. I know we're getting tired, and we're getting weary, and it's getting kind of heavy.
Aaron with the glasses.
VK, if you followed that account, he's leaving, closing his account. He's been there forever, and basically just a guide. He never told us intel. He never gave us dates and times and events, but we just looked up to him. So it was an emotional day yesterday and today. And
if you follow her, you're just following another Q-tard that probably makes less money and predicts less things, but still, fucking none of this is happening.
And that's kind of why I'm doing this, because I want to kind of ground everybody, and it's about expectations again. If you missed my other video, I'm just kind of keeping a check on reality, if you want to call it that. I know a lot of us are feeling depressed maybe, and we're just wanting things to end, and it's just, we got to ride this out. And I just want to bring up a few things Q has said, just to reiterate that. This is one of them. The deeper we go, the more unrealistic it all becomes. The end won't be for everyone. The choice to know will be yours. I feel like things are coming unhinged. The news, the things that are happening, the comms, it's all just, it's getting unrealistic. Unrealistic is the perfect word. So it's making me sit back and look at a lot of the things that we have been told. And it makes me question everything. We don't have proof on anything. And I've said this before, you can't set expectations on things you can't prove. Seeing a lot of posts on X and comments and things like that, they're spreading a lot of things, and if you're getting caught up in that, I'm going to use the word hopium. I'm just trying to help ground you if you're getting caught up in that, because we don't know the truth. And that brings me to these drops of Q. Q said, truth will shock the world, and the enormity of what's coming will shock the world. Just a side note, Q.
I don't know. One of these, she made another video about Phil, but I don't know which one it is.
The truth will shock the world, and the enormity, in my opinion,
about him competing with Trump.
And the people who have been researching for years now, even we are going to be shocked, because they didn't allow us to know everything. What we know is what they only allowed us to know. I mean, it's the Matrix. So we found the information they wanted us to find. So is it true? We don't know. So when the truth finally hits, I believe we need to prepare, because we don't know what's going to come out, and we might be shocked as well. Even though we all think we know what we know, we don't have proof. So that's just what I want to say about
that.
Oh,
thanks.
I just have
somebody send it to me. I got
it. Hits, we're all going to be shocked. So on that note, I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
People keep sending me links for this fucking Patrick Byron case or whatever. I don't care. It's all fucking stupid shit as well. Like it's nothing. Remember when the Brunson brothers is the big case and they're going to take it down and here we go? It's nothing. Stop sending me this shit.
They're out there right now. They can't stand me. Really can't stand me at this moment. And that's fine. By the way, I know I'm going head to head with Trump, but that's fine too. I get a little sick of Trump saying the same stuff over and over again, you know? Like, if he's going to go out there.
So that's what he says. I'm going. Now, he's going to use a very weird term here. Do you guys know what the term ingest means? Or just the word jest? It's to say something for amusement or a joke or, you know, just to make a joke. Phil doesn't understand the word jest. In fact, he relates it to makes it sound almost like another word that he likes down the back of his throat. Maybe covering his face. We'll see that in a minute. But this wasn't in jest. I get a little, if I say like, oh, well, I know Mariah's talking right now, but I'm going to talk over. I get a little tired of her bitchiness. Like that's not in jest. That's just me calling her a bitch. This is just you saying like you're tired of hearing Trump say the same thing over and over again, which a lot of people find true.
Stuff over and over again, you know? Like, if he's going to go out there and, like, say new things, I'll listen. I'm sure all you will listen too, right? But to just go out.
He goes on to explain while it's not a joke. This explanation he's given, like, well, if he goes up there and says new things, I'll listen. But if he's just going to say the same things over and over again, he goes on to get, if it was a joke, you wouldn't need this explanation of why you're tired of hearing him talk.
Out there and, like, I'm just
Say the same thing over and over? Is that what you're going to say?
and I think you know exactly what I mean.
Not sure if y'all heard that yet, but
She says stuff like that, Rob P. She'll say like, we're going to be surprised. Maybe none of this is real, blah, blah, blah. But if you get down to like the arguments about like, Tom Brady's not a dude, then she wants to fight you, right? She's got all the evidence. I decoded it. I found this out.
I have questions. It's one thing to disrespect our president if you're not supporting him. You know, for the people that hate him for whatever reason, we're expecting that. We're expecting the disrespect from the haters. But when you're supposed to be on the same side and you come out and you disrespect him, you're sick.
This is what Phil's complaining about. But notice he doesn't complain about the one where we've got you in 2021, 2022, 2023, every year saying Nasara will be this year, it'll be this year, or it'll be by November, by December of that year. He doesn't address that one.
On. And then to allegedly have millions of viewers at a given time on a live, you say that on a live and you confuse your viewers. Or is it persuasion or something like that?
I still got the a mushroom thing going. I actually took them out of their pans and surrounded them with some vermiculite. I noticed from one of the mushroom things was like from one of the pans was like these super fine hairs. And they were growing straight up to like the top of the pan. So the only thing I could figure is like they weren't getting oxygen down in the pan, so they were trying to grow out of it. So I took them all out of the pans, kind of put some vermiculite all around them because it holds moisture, and sprayed them down real good, and they're doing their thing.
I don't know, like leading people astray or trying to flip the script? And why would you sabotage yourself?
Oh, thank you, Sky Moon, for the kick show the other night. Thank you. I appreciate it.
He said that he's been offered a position or a place in the new administration. Why would you then come out and talk bad about your new boss?
Will Trump be back this year? Yes. Have I been offered a part in the new administration? Yes.
Will Trump be back this year? Yes. Have you been offered a part in the administration? Yes. Both these have been, one's been proven false. Obviously didn't come back in 2021. And the other one has been testified to as false. He has no job in the current administration. He's testified under oath that he doesn't. His fucking retarded followers are now saying the reason that he's saying he doesn't have any NDAs is because he has such great NDAs, he has to lie about them under oath. But they also share his videos when he's talking about Frazzle Drip and saying, see, he's under oath. He can't fucking say it.
Well, I take it. Am I telling us the whole truth, so help me God? Yes.
But what kills me is the hypocrisy. When he says, coming out there and saying the same thing over, he's sick of it. Am I missing something here, or but does he do that? I'm going to remind you again. I played this before, but here it is again. Pay attention to the dates.
Sarah soon, yes. Sarah this year, yes. Sarah in 2021, yes. Sarah this year, yes. Will we have Sarah by Christmas? Yes. Will we see Sarah in November? Yes. My question is about Sarah. So Sarah is as imminent as Sarah could be.
As imminent as the Sarah could be. This is in 2021. By Christmas. In November, yes. By Christmas, yes. As imminent as it could be this year, yes.
Again. Yet he does that. He's been doing it for 3 years. And yet people don't question it. I normally don't care what this guy says. If you want to follow him and believe everything he says, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. But I do have a problem with disrespecting our president and then leading your followers to feel the same way. And what blows my mind is I feel like it's one big IQ test for the people that watch him.
He's another Q-tard named Crash the Matrix. They keep putting in chat.
Are you passing?
She's not worth a fucking follow. I don't know why everybody's asking her fucking name. She just doesn't predict as much as Phil does, but she's a goddamn Q-tard.
Or are you failing?
She already said there's zero proof of any of this happening, and then went to the Q drops for pure proof. Like, she's not worth the follow, if I had to guess. Let me go back to Phil's video now that we know what he's addressing. So that's the video he's addressing, and then here it is. We'll start it over.
Remember me? I'm back. Kinda. Little kinda back. Anyway.
God, his teeth look like shit. His hair looks like shit. He's done nothing but age and get cum stains on his teeth.
For the last 10 or 12 days, however long I've been away from doing lives, I see that there's a Karen with glasses who appears to be wanting to be a truther, but is doing a pretty poor job at it. So what these people do is when they fail at being truthers, they try to somehow gain notoriety by bashing the real truthers. And sometimes they take a swing at the guys at the top, like me. So I found it necessary to make just a short video and tell you guys just what I'm about to tell you. Number one, I have no idea who this lady is. She's not an anon. She's not any sort of influence in our movement whatsoever. She's not part of any group that I'm associated with. She's just a regular simpleton that likes to look at herself on camera, I believe. If you don't know who I'm
My
talking
ex turned me on to Phil when I was in prison. That's interesting. He was probably in jail at the same time.
Even bother, because it's, in my opinion, it's not worth your time. You could obviously invest your time in whatever you want, but
he doesn't want you to see the video where the only reason he wouldn't say this crashed the Matrix, spelled with a Q, like that's cute. The only reason he doesn't say this shit, he has no problem saying Jordan Sather. He has no problem saying me. He has no problem. He doesn't want, because she still follows this Q, still toes this line, but she's more realistic about the bullshit that Phil spews. He doesn't want his people to see. His base is, hey, when Nasara comes, you're going to lose all your money unless you've given it to me. Unless you've invested with me, you're going to lose every dime. He doesn't want people to see him saying that for 3 years in a row.
In my opinion, I'm not going to post a link, or I'm not even going to say like the name of the channel, because to me it's just a waste. Number two, I really hate when people take my words out of context. I don't like that. And this is why I'm making the video, otherwise I would have just let this go and wouldn't have said anything. In the video of the fall from my last live, I said that...
How many people make a joke and then explain why the joke is actually true and not a joke afterwards? Like if I'm like, Mariah's such a bitch, that's one thing. Or don't be a bitch, Mariah. But if that, it's a whole nother thing if I'm like, look, every day she does this, and then after that she does this, and I'm fucking tired of it, and if she wants to do something new, that's fine, but other than that, I don't want to listen to that dumb bitch. That's a big difference, right?
The context of it is this: Trump was going live at the same time as my live, and I made a comment like, yeah, I know I'm on the same time as Trump, because some people were mentioning it in the chat. And I said, well, so what? I'll go head to head with Trump. I kind of said that tongue in cheek. I didn't mean that I was actually going head to head with Trump in any manner.
What's in your cheek? You're going to hear in a second what's in his cheek. It's not jest.
Matter, because I wasn't. I was live and he was at a rally in Iowa or wherever it was. So I didn't think that it was a big deal. I kind of just said it in gist, and it wasn't really a big...
Excuse me?
Trump in any matter, because I wasn't. I was live and he was at a rally in Iowa or wherever it was. So I didn't think that it was a big deal. I kind of just said it in gist, and it wasn't really...
In what did you say it? Tongue in your cheek?
I didn't think that it was a big deal. I kind of just said it in gist, and it wasn't really a big thing.
Phil, I don't think that's the word you think it is.
I kind of just said it in gist, and it wasn't really...
In jizz? Is that what you said, Phil? It was all over the inside of my tongue and my cheek. I just kind of said it in jizz, and I didn't think anybody'd even notice. Excuse me, Phil? I don't think that's the same word the rest of us are thinking of.
I didn't think that it was a big deal. I kind of just said it in gist, and it wasn't really a big thing. And then someone else asked in the chat, how come you're not watching Trump? And I said, well, he says the same things every time.
I just say it in jizz. He says the same things every time in his jizz.
He's not saying it.
I get it straight from the tap. I don't have to watch it with you plebeians.
Just resubscribed for 12 months. Jizz.
Thank you very much.
Jizz.
Here, Desert Doxies with jizz. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Anything new. He's not commenting on anything new. It's literally just the same rally over and over and over again, and it's been that way for...
Someone's going to have to buy this man a thesaurus. Maybe he can borrow Eli's when he's not using it.
Several months. Now, for those of you that know me and have followed me and aren't just going to listen to a Karen with glasses, you'll know that I'm probably the biggest Trump supporter there is. I have nothing against Trump at all. I have no problem with how long Trump wants to talk on any topic whatsoever. He could talk about all that. But my point that night was, I'm going live. Here's why I'm going live, and here's why I'm not going to listen to Trump. I do believe he says the same things quite often. If you go back and you look
the Wiveries
rallies, I think you'll see exactly that. I don't necessarily need to listen to that over again when I have a night of availability to do a live. I would rather do my live, and if he said something interesting, I'll catch it afterwards, and I'll comment on it afterwards. But for this Karen with glasses to go around and twist my words and make it seem like I'm no longer supporting Trump and try to bring doubt into your mind about what I actually said, that is the epitome of a loser. That is the makeup of a loser. That is the definition of a angry troll.
The epitome of a loser. Wouldn't you think that would be... Wouldn't you think that would be someone who just lost? Like, this person lost. They finished last. That would be the epitome of a loser. Nope, it's someone who talks about Phil and his incorrect predictions.
Into your mind about what I actually said, that is the epitome of a loser. That is the makeup of a loser. That is the definition of a angry troll. So that's really all I'm going to say on the topic.
He knows words. He just doesn't know what they mean. he knows words. He just has no idea what they mean. He just fucking throws them out there. Epitome would be the perfect example of. So this is a perfect example of a loser. Well, not exactly. Just because they said that you claim they twist your words. That still doesn't make them a loser. I don't get it.
I don't know who this lady is. I don't know who she thinks she is. I've never heard anything out of her mouth that's of any sort of relevance whatsoever. I think she's highly irrelevant.
You were nothing in kindergarten and you'll continue to be nothing, loser.
And when she tries to take a swing at the top and she misses, well, we know what happens to people that do that with me. Just ask Jordan Sather.
Jordan Sather has a decent size audience, probably an audience that competes with your audience. I don't know what that's a shot at, but he's got a decent audience for all the stuff that he fucking spreads. Like, I mean, he doesn't lie and say, I know you only see 60,000, but really it's 2.3 billion.
I think that's it, right? Want to say hi to the audience?
Those earrings, god damn.
Anyway.
Why can't he grow facial hair from here to here? Same reason he needs Viagra when he's 25 years old.
Carrie wants to say hi, everybody.
No, I don't.
Say hi. Okay, back to me. Anyway, I'm going to go live tomorrow night. As I said earlier,
Carrie drinking straight from the bottle back here. It looks like.
Post, I had some family
put a straw in that
stuff going
son
on
of a
over the last
bitch.
couple of weeks. We have some obviously holiday stuff going on with both families in different parts of the country. So that's the reason why I've been absent for a little while. Happens usually every time this year around Thanksgiving and Christmas. But this coming week and into next week, I'll try to fit as many lives in as I could because I do have a little bit of time where I could do that. So just want to let you guys know about the Karen with glasses. And I mean, honestly, I think that's what we should name her. I don't know like what her actual name is and really don't care, but
he does 100%. Even just watching her videos, because a lot of them are ripped from TikTok, they have her handle in the corner.
I think her new name is Karen with glasses. I think you have to put the glasses in there to really emphasize the point.
Well, you're filled with glasses. I don't, what is this? Yeah, but your glasses are worse than my glasses.
Anyway, I'm a big Trump supporter. I know you guys know that. Anything I said during that live, the way that Karen with glasses is talking about
it was in jizz.
It is completely out of context.
Everything I said was in jizz.
Yourself, not only do I think you'll agree with me, but I also think you'll say that she is taking it out of context. So other than that, see you guys tomorrow night. It's probably going to be, what do you think, like 7 probably good?
I honestly don't think he took it out of context. I don't think it was taken out of context. If I said, like, I don't like listening to Trump anymore, you know, he just says I get tired of him saying the same thing over and over again. If he's got something new to say, I'll watch it, but it doesn't seem like he does. That's not a joke. That's just like, I'm fucking tired of Trump. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of the Q-tards feel that way. A lot of Phil's following feels that way.
7? Probably about 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. We're going to do something special for the locals crew tomorrow. We're also going to make a Christmas giveaway announcement tomorrow. We're going to set a date for that.
No, it's weird to feel sorry for Carrie. Carrie's just there to fucking, she knows exactly what she signed on to get that fucking money shoved down her fucking G-string or the gap in her fucking teeth or wherever he puts it.
And we're going to give away the rules, but after the live tomorrow is going to be a locals only Q&A. So you got to be a locals member to do that. After I end the Rumble stream, the D-Live and the Facebook streams, I'll keep the local stream active.
It's because the reason he's so upset about her, and rarely do I get him to mention me or shit anymore, it really has to be something big, is because she's just adjacent enough. A lot of his fans are upset. We'll probably read some dramatic readings here in a second. A lot of his fans are upset with him. A lot of his fans are leaving him. She's just adjacent enough to where none of his fans, true believers, are going to come follow me and just give up on everything. But she's close enough to where they will be like, fuck him. He's predicted all this stuff. It didn't happen. At least she's saying, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. That's better than lying to us every year.
We'll do a Q&A on locals. So if you're not signed up on locals yet, I'll put the link down below this video on Telegram. You can get signed up. You'll also have an opportunity to do that tomorrow night prior to the end of the live stream.
Maybe I'll answer some questions.
Oh, Carrie said maybe she'll answer some questions.
Maybe.
Viewership just went way up. We have 50 million tomorrow. 50 million.
That's not even that big a stretch of a live where you're already at, Phil. Like, you already lied and say it's 30 million.
Is that your goal? Her goal is 50 million.
Once you go from 60, 80,000. You remember the time he accidentally said, we got 68,000? I'm sorry. That was 16.8 million.
Karen with glasses. She might have tens of views.
Tens of views. Right, there you go. Get that last shot in on her. There you go. Phil also goes on to share this, which I can't believe I have to explain this, but here we are. He shares this meme that says Karen starter pack, but these are sunglasses, and she's wearing prescription glasses, the same as Phil. All right, then. He also goes on to share this stupid fucking video. Again, I can't believe we had to explain this to fucking children or whoever it follows Phil. This is a star I filmed using a Nikon Coolpix P900, the most powerful zoom camera in the world, with 83 times optical and 332 times digital zoom. Now, this is going to be in about 6 pixels. First of all, we have no idea what the fuck he's filming. I mean, he's going to claim he's filming whatever, but we have literally no idea what he's filming. Could be a fucking LED across the street looking through a screen. Okay, that's enough. Anyways, damn, does that look like a sun to you? Have you ever seen the sun twinkle and change colors like this? Do you really think this is trillions of miles away? People don't understand the concept of space, okay? Space is incredibly empty, comparatively. If you shrunk the sun down to a 12-point font, like you would see in a book, right? Text in a book, and made the sun the size of a period. Okay? If you're reading a book and you turn to a page and you see a period there, and that was the size of our sun, do you know how close the next fucking star would be to that period-sized sun? If the sun was shrunken all the way down to a period on a page of a book, the next closest star to that would be 4 miles away in scale. 4 miles away. Now, there's all kinds of stars or all kinds of songs or colloquial sayings about twinkling stars, right? Stars that twinkle, 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 little star, all those things. The reason that stars twinkle is because of the effects of our atmosphere. We're trying to see something so fucking far away that is just light particles that by the time that they've traveled to us, it has been years and millions of years by the time the light even gets here. And we have an atmosphere that moves around. Hot air rises, cool air falls. The only reason since like the 1990s that we've gotten such good pictures of stars. The reason we launched the Hubble telescope was to get outside of the Earth's atmosphere to take these pictures. Then later on, I think it was the early 90s, a certain technology was declassified by the military. Scientists have been trying to figure out it looks like the star's moving constantly. It looks like it's getting brighter. It looks like it's getting darker, and the light's moving in these weird patterns. Why is that? Well, they find out that we have all these pockets of air moving around, and that's affecting the refraction rates. Air holds moisture. The moisture affects refraction. So in the early 90s, the military declassified a technology of using a laser to excite, I think it's sodium atoms in the air, okay? Now, a laser that's that powerful, that's pointed up in the air, should go straight, right? The laser does not go straight. It hits these particles, and when it excites these sodium particles in the air, these molecules, they move around because they're excited, right? And that moves, that we can tell they've moved in reference to the laser. So if we can keep that laser moving around, let's say it does like a figure 8, chasing the same sodium particles that it excited, right? Let's say it does a figure 8. Then we can use a mirror, basically, to shine a telescope into, or a camera, or whatever we're looking at. A mirror that flexes and bends at the same rate that the area we're hitting with the laser beam is flexing and bending around, and we can take time-lapse photos of the stars. Because they're so dim, we need to take longer photos to let enough light in to even see them, and to register on a photograph. Neil deGrasse Tyson explains this exact thing somewhere here.
Yes. Okay, here's another one. Ready? So if this is the Earth, you know, the size of a schoolroom globe, like how far away is the moon? Where would you put it? Okay, most people would put it like, you know, maybe a couple feet away. Because that's how they see it drawn in books.
Exactly.
You see Earth on the left side and then the moon on the left. No, it's 30 feet away. The moon would be,
so it's not even in the same room.
It's not in the same room because you couldn't fit it in the book.
Damn.
Okay. All right.
He's talking about the period example. The moon would be 30 feet away. The sun would be 4 miles away. Or I'm sorry. The next closest star would be 4 miles away.
So here's an interesting fact, and I don't take credit for first coming up with this reference. You ready? If you take all the planets, okay, and the moon is, and so is Saturn.
If the sun's so large, if it was hollow, you could put, the sun was hollow and just had a very thin skin around it, right? But it was hollow inside, you could fit 1 million Earths inside the sun.
Basically,
Yeah, empty basically is what we just found out.
It's a point of light. So here is a perfect point of light.
Okay.
That's traveled who knows how long, okay? But depending if it's near us or on the other side of the galaxy or across the universe. It is a point of light. Okay, a stream of photons coming down.
Right.
Then it hits our atmosphere. So in this last part of this long journey that these photons took, it's got to get through the air to get to your eyeball.
Right.
Okay? And the air has many different temperature layers. Okay, there's something called the thermosphere up there, where the sun's energy is absorbed by ozone.
I'll speed it up some.
Andy Gautier 66 just
Thank you.
subscribed for 7 months. Great times to my fellow fungi fella.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to go mushrooms. We might show some here. I don't know if we'll have time. We're going to do a dramatic reading, but I need to do another video and update everybody. I just felt like shit, man. Plus, the holidays don't help. I just want to cancel them all.
Goes up in that section of the atmosphere. Below that, the temperature is dropping, okay? And it drops continuously until you get to that layer. Not only that, the ground is not evenly heated by the sun because some areas reflect light, like the water and snow, and other places absorb light, like dark areas. And so that heats the air at different rates. So there's pockets of air that have different... Why does hot air rise? Why does hot air rise?
Because it's lighter.
It's lighter, it's less dense, right? I was going to say, because it's hotter. That's an answer. Hot air rises. Okay.
Well, because it's hotter.
So hot air expands, becomes less dense, it becomes more buoyant, and it rises, okay? Right. And for every pocket of air that rises, it doesn't leave a vacuum down there. What happens? Some other pocket of air takes its place.
It's down. Okay.
So you get what's called convection, all right? On a kitchen stove, it's called boiling, all right? But convection is you heat down here, it rises up, it drops back. Whole pockets of air are moving, all right? This is going on all the time, all over Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
Okay? Now, hold that aside for a moment. Have you ever been in a hot desert climate and you have the road is probably darker than the sands that surround it, right? Because it's asphalt or whatever, or some darker form of, they probably don't use asphalt because it gets too hot in the summer, but whatever it is, it's dark, okay? If you
They use asphalt.
In mid-afternoon summer and look, you see this sort of wavy.
Yeah. The wavy gravy of summer heat.
I like that, Chuck. Very poetic of you. The wavy gravy of summer heat. And so this is the origin of mirages, right? Because the way these turbulent layers of heat mess with the air, it makes you think there's a pocket of water there that you think is an oasis.
We're saved.
Okay, so completely wreaking havoc with your image. And what I'm saying is that is happening over 100 miles stretch into Earth's atmosphere, but on a smaller level. Okay, because it's not that hot as you get higher up, but it's on a smaller. It's a pocket of air here, pocket of air there. So the light comes down. And as the light comes down, it goes into a slightly cooler pocket of air. If you go from one density of air to another air, the light bends, it refracts, because it's going between two different densities. This is what happens when a straw is bent coming out of your glass of water. Does anyone still use straws, right? It's bent because...
So just like when you see a straw down in your glass of water, if you look at the straw from the side of a clear glass of water, it looks like it goes in at one angle, then when it hits the water, it changes.
Because the air has a different pathway of light than the water does. Okay, it bends. All right. So, and I'm not talking about a bendy straw. I'm talking about a straight straw.
Not a crazy straw.
Not a crazy straw. Not a crazy straw. I love crazy straws when I was a kid.
Who does
anyone? I've never seen them.
like a Manhattan. That's pretty funny.
Its way through the atmosphere, one pocket of air at a time of different density. And the act of doing this, in fact, these air pockets are moving. It means when you try to see where the star is, the point of light that hits your eye at any moment is always changing.
It's jumping around.
It's jumping around.
Oh man, that sucks.
And so the net effect is that it sparkles. Now, if you take a time photo,
imagine.
So in astronomy,
if only someone could have explained this, that's dedicated their life to studying it, instead of Phil and a guy with a Nikon Coolpix 830 or what the fuck ever.
Take photos that last a long time to build in the light. What happens is the star is moving around during the photo. So by the time you're done, the star is this blurred blob in your image.
Oh man, now I get it. That's why you guys hate twinkling stars.
We hate twinkling stars. We hate it. And so
it's also the reason that most observatories you'll find on mountains, right? You won't find them in low-lying, well, often you won't find them in like low-lying places because they have more fucking different and more air and pockets of air to cut through. So we put them up as high as we can to get above clouds and fog and less pockets of air.
It has forced us to be really clever. So let's go back to Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton said, I wonder if you put a telescope on the top of a mountain where the air is clear and calm.
Oh, I didn't know he's fixing to say that.
Of the night sky. The guy knew you should be putting telescopes on mountaintops.
And they're still there to this day.
To this day. The guy
all the observatories are on big mountaintops.
Because most of that turbulence is happening right at the ground level. There's some happening way up. You can't avoid that. But a lot is happening at ground level. So first you go to a mountaintop. That gets you away from most of the ground that had been around you. Okay? Then you're above other turbulent layers of weather. Mauna Kea in Hawaii, 14,000 feet. Half the time the clouds beneath them. All right? They're above the low cumulus cloud layers that often are delivering sort of summer rains or, afternoon, rain showers, those temporary rain showers. That's a height above where those clouds hang out. So not only do you get clear skies because you're above the clouds often, you get stable skies. All right. Now so, and by the way, we have a noun. We borrowed a verb and made a noun of it. It's called seeing. Okay. Seeing. How good is your seeing on this mountaintop? And you want that number to be as small as possible.
That's right, Skyman.
How much you couldn't go with sight. You just
couldn't
just do sight.
It's an official term. Look it up. It's my people. It's our term. All right. Seeing is how sharp is the image that you're looking at. All right. So now, so you go to mountaintop, the seeing is much better, but it's still not perfect. Okay. So we tried to figure out, is there a way to track this refraction of the star so that we can compensate for this? So we put some of our top people working on it. Then, I forgot what year, was it 1993? I forgot the year. We're at a conference and somebody who worked for the military said, oh, by the way, here's how you correct for that. It had just been declassified. And so we now have a mechanism by which we can track these pockets of air moving above the telescope. And once we track it, we communicate that information to a telescope mirror that is flexible, and we distort the mirror to compensate for the moving around of the star image. So Chuck, we have a term called adaptive optics.
Adaptive
optics. You know how we do it? Now we do it.
And that's how our major telescopes work and all the pictures we get. And that's why you can't stand outside in your driveway with 385 times zoom and be like, does that look like the sun to you? It's a different star, but does it look like the sun? Of course not. Fucking retards. Somebody did make a really funny video about it. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Who was the guy who made? It's this guy. Sir Sick.
Deceptive.
This is not Captain Adjective. This is Sir Sick. It's not Eli.
So I've got a confession to make. Sometimes I will subtly, or not so subtly, extend an already far too long silent portion of a video for comic effect. I know, I'm basically Starlit LeJong-un, and I'm sorry, I'll never ever do it again. Asterisk. Anyway, I'm admitting this deep dark secret to you because this entire goddamn thing you've been watching is just completely silent for exactly this long, with no reason for it. Consider yourself lucky I decided to comment over that bit, because I sat and watched it for what felt like forever, and I just can't wrap my head around why this guy thought that was a good idea. Sorry, I'll do the video now. Just needed to get that off my chest before it ate a hole directly through it, and I had difficulty holding in my booze. God forbid.
Okay, that's Polaris.
All right, I mean, I have no idea, so I'm going to have to take your word for it. I mean, it looks like a glowing space anus to me. But what do I know? I'm only the world's foremost expert on intergalactic rectal passages and their use in spilling vast quantities of fecal matter into the galaxy. Colloquially known as flat earthers. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm not going to mess with the focus or anything on the camera, and I'm switching it over to look at Mars right now.
Well, I am relieved to hear that. I wouldn't want you to do anything that might corrupt this absolutely crystal clear image that not only is super sharp and high resolution, but also contains absolutely no distortion or visual artifacts whatsoever. The sheer professional grade videography on display here is frankly staggering. I could go on. So I will. Your camera work is incredibly stable, voiceover compelling, and frankly, I'm astounded this video alone hasn't won you every award possible every year from now on till forever. And not only that, but all previous awards retroactively stripped from the simpletons of the craft who previously got them and given to you. What do you mean, Six? Stop being a sarcastic twat.
Without changing the camera at all, so just so you can see what it looks like here.
I mean, it's stunning. You really did go all out in preparing this hard-hitting evidence, didn't you? I mean, if you didn't prepare the way you so clearly have, you might make yourself look like a gibbering fool. But not you. Bravo, good sir. I don't even know what your argument is yet, or if you even have one, but you are correct, quite clearly, and I will bludgeon anyone who disagrees to death with an ocelot.
It might be kind of hard to find it. It's right here somewhere.
Can't keep this shtick up. Mate, come on, do you not feel a little bit silly, or that you could maybe have done a couple of quick cuts? Here, let me show you how staggeringly easy it is, and how much cutting out unnecessary BS will improve your video. Here and here is where you look like an idiot, and, wait, is that an ocelot? Oh, it looks mad. Maybe I shouldn't have made that joke about using it as a melee weapon. Because you're clearly a pussy. Oh my god! Where did he get a machine gun?
Anyways, guys, this is Sir Sick on YouTube. He made a response video to it. It's pretty funny. He just takes a piss of the guy or whatever. All right, back to Phil. He shares that and then says, "Stars are not suns." Eric Dubay shares it for him. It's been a crazy couple weeks with holiday travel and some personal life, but I'll be back tomorrow. Start our regularly scheduled live streams once again. He shares some more flat Earth. Jesus Christ. Celestial navigation videos. This always blows my mind right here. The sun always moves at a constant speed. The sun always moves at a constant speed. You can see this. You can measure this. You can time it. You can measure a shadow. There's a bunch of ways to figure this out. The sun always moves at a constant speed. Okay? So explain to me how it makes this tiny circle in June and this gigantic circle in December at the same with the same amount of time. If it's always moving at the same speed, we can measure this, we can see this, we can watch this, we can look at this. How can it make a tiny circle and a giant circle in the same 24 fucking hours? It's impossible. I don't know why you keep sharing this. You can't explain it away. It can't make a giant circle where it goes over Africa and Australia and whatever for our winter, and a tiny circle where it goes over everything in the northern hemisphere in our summer and move at the same speed and do it all in 24 hours. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to work that way. This doesn't make sense. Stop fucking sharing it. Let's see. What else? He shares the video about the Karen starter pack. He did a live stream, but who gives a fuck, to be honest with you? Unless he addressed why Nassar Gassara still hasn't happened. I guess we could jump in for a minute. Hold on.
Remember what?
I got to speed him up. I can't do normal speed. You just have to get on, listen faster.
There we go. One of these days, I'm gonna start up a live stream. My camera's gonna be in the right spot. I'm not gonna have to resize it. Ridiculous. Literally happens every time anymore. No idea why. It's just stupid. How we doing, Rumble? We go over there. I know there's a delay on Rumble.
Ruining Thanksgiving for y'all. Damn.
Good on locals. Good on Rumble. Cool.
I can't believe she actually follows.
A little bit of a layoff there. Had some
people.
business as well as personal stuff to do over the last couple of weeks. Didn't really have any time to fit in a live. I think I did have one day, but I didn't do it for some reason. I can't remember what it was. But regardless of that, we're back. And it's going to be the start, I think, of a really good week of live streams coming from me. And I think it's going to be the start of some pretty interesting and really good intel from you guys, too. Before we even get started, I just want you to know I don't have anything huge to drop tonight, but I do have stuff that I don't think you're aware of and things that we should watch out for so that we're not surprised or thinking that some sort of false flag or event is happening that isn't really happening. I want to confirm it for you guys before it happens, like I do a lot. So we're going to get into that. And then at the end of the show, this is going to be a super long show, but at the end of the show,
his hair,
we're going to talk.
His hair is definitely looking rough, for sure.
Do a Q&A, but it's only going to be with my locals audience. And the reason I'm doing that is because the locals crew pays for their memberships. They either pay $130 for a year, I think it's $130 for an annual subscription, or they pay $15 a month. So they get a couple other perks,
Remember when Phil said you could never pay for access or content or questions? You could never do that? Or remember when he first started, he was actually appreciative of his audience. He said that he was going to take whatever he made every week from all of his sources of income, from streaming, from his businesses, from investments, from donations. He was going to split it with one viewer every week. Remember that?
Extras, no extra intel or anything like that, just extra. There's giveaways. We did silver giveaways in the past. We've also done merch giveaways, we've done a bunch of stuff. So tonight's going to be a Q&A directly for locals. If you do want to become a locals member, you could do that.
I don't know if he thinks he's going to magically transform into like this super sexy guy who didn't sleep with a 15-year-old, or I don't know what his end goal is.
You can pay $130 one time, you'll be a member for the next 12 months, or you can pay that $15 a month for as long as you want. You cancel that one at any time. The link to subscribe to locals is down below. If you're watching on DLive or on Rumble or on Facebook, you'll see a link in the description of this video, and you can click it, it'll take you there, and you have plenty of time to get to locals before we start that Q&A. Okay. The other thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to go over the rules and the dates for the $100,000 giveaway. Yes, and which of you?
This is all a distraction right now. I'm not going to answer any questions about Nasara.
I don't know yet, but we'll see how it plays out. I think what we're going to do, can't afford Christmas. Truthfully, I said this in my last live too. I want to give away $1 million this year, $1 million. But there's always next year, right? So some commitments got in the way.
Why would anybody need your $1 million when Nasara happens, Phil?
And we're not going to be able to do that $1 million this year, but we will.
It started a couple weeks ago. Remember the 5th of November? Why would they need your $1 million or your 100,000? Why are you still pushing silver or Melaleuca and shit? That's weird.
Do $100,000 a piece. Almost positive that's what it's going to be, $1,000 a piece, because I want to get enough people. I want to do, and honestly, it's probably going to be more than $100,000 anyway. It's probably going to be more than 100 people. Last year I did 25,000, and I think we ended up giving away 38,000 because there were applications that I read that just, oh, look at this guy over here, Black Hole 3. He says, Phil the scammer. Yeah, bro. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm here giving away $100,000. You're there doing nothing for anybody. There's a big difference between me and you. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do the dates on that, and we're also gonna do the rules for that. And there's not really many rules. It's just a matter of, I did block him, by the way. It's just a matter of, we're gonna do the same thing we did last year. I might as well get it out of the way now. We're gonna do a Rumble post, and you guys are gonna comment in the Rumble comments below, and you're gonna tell me why you think you deserve the $1,000, what situation you're in, and how it would benefit you, and that kind of stuff. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later tonight. For now, can you permanently block the trolls? Of course I could. I do. But what they do is they're such losers. What they do is they create new accounts, and then you got to block that account too. Rumble's getting an IP ban pretty soon, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I do block them from commenting. They can still watch. I can't block them from the channel, but if they watch, that's fine with me because I get the revenue.
There you go.
The money.
He gets the revenue.
Give me the money. Give me all the money. I'll take all the money. I want the money. That's a joke, by the way. Anyway, I think it's from a movie.
When you have to say this is a joke because you're afraid people would think you're serious because you've went from less than $300 in the bank sitting in jail to multi-million dollars and multiple houses in multiple countries or something.
Maybe something my kids watch? I don't know. I don't know why you guys put all these LOLs. It's just not funny at all. Oh, and yeah, we're gonna bring Carrie in for the Q&A later as well. The locals Q&A. Oh, I just heard her from the other room. She goes, "Oh, I am not ready." What do you mean you are not ready? Get ready. She goes, "I am not ready." We gotta get 50 million today. Maybe give me a can of soda or something. I'm thirsty. Anybody else thirsty? All right, let's do some shout outs. Tell me where you guys are from. We'll start over here with locals. Or Owensville, Ohio, Newcastle, England. Cool. Australia, Massachusetts, Amarillo, Anton, Scottsdale, Washington State. Thank you. That was really close to spelling all over. So, Osawala, Jacksonville, Atlanta, South Beach, Cowgirlville. I don't think that's real boobies. Old Forge, Pennsylvania. I'll use that one. Georgia, Cedar Pines, Philadelphia. I get it. Very clever. Tulsa, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Beautiful place. Love it. Sweden. Love it. Yoder in North Dakota. Zephyr Hills, Florida. I could read. Conshohocken, PA, down by Philadelphia. Hello from Belgium. Nice. Manitoba, Canada. Luttrell, Tennessee. Let's head over to DLive. Don't want to forget my DLivers, right? Let's get them some shout outs here. Prescott, Arizona, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Savannah, Georgia, East Tennessee, Phoenix, Arizona, Minnesota. I'm not making fun of you. That's just how you talk, eh? Greensboro, Boston, Netherlands, upstate New York.
You know how many people there are on Rumble broadcasting any time that Phil's broadcasting? He has a time where there's a lot of big broadcasters that are broadcasting at the time. And Rumble on average for the last quarter only has 44 million viewers on average. And Phil's trying to claim half of them are there for him. Over half of them are there for him.
CPAC, Milwaukee, I think that's it. Boston, Strawberry Pines, Albury, Australia. A lot of Australians watch me. FEMA Region 6, very often. Durham, England, and Mountain Home, Arkansas. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Phil. Just a regular guy. And that's the end of my story. No, it's not. I have a much more interesting story than that. And not too many.
Unless he has to testify about it under oath and he can't prove any of it. So he says he doesn't have any NDAs and he can't remember the companies he did them for, but it was never for the government. He never did any work for the government. He doesn't have a place in the new administration. He doesn't work for Trump. He's never done any work for Trump. He didn't even fly to New York to meet the five. That was all a lie. So, and you know, unless then he's so insecure that he is just a regular guy. He's lied so much.
People know about that just yet, but I have a feeling that people will probably be finding out about that rather soon. For those of you that have been with me for a long time, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I've been off for the last week plus, but I'm back now. And what's your shirt have on it? It's the 3 nails cross. Same as my necklace. Can't really see it, but 3 nails. Getting everything ready for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow and making travel arrangements if you're traveling. And in addition to that, obviously, it is the anniversary of the failed assassination attempt on President John F. Kennedy. Today is November 22nd, and of course, on November 22nd, 1963, we witnessed our president Parkland Hospital shortly thereafter, and the country has been scarred ever since. However, it didn't really go down like that. There's a lot of circumstances surrounding that day that
Brad Barton now releasing the JFK Jr.'s
we just don't know about. We think that we know about a plot to cover up who actually did it and the CIA's involvement and Lee Harvey Oswald and Cuba and everything else. But what we don't know is all of that was a deterrent to take us away from the fact that John Kennedy actually lived that day, struggled with life for a very long time, lived in seclusion, and lived a long life. Lived to be over 100 years old, but was never able to live publicly again. Just passed away, I believe, sometime 2021, January 21 or January 22. And that's the world that we live in. We live in a world where the government could attempt to assassinate a president and make it seem like they did, even though they didn't. And then we never actually get told the truth. Many of us that were there that day, many of you who were there that day and remember exactly where you were when it happened, many of you will die thinking that's what happened. And that's the tragedy of the world that we live in today. Not only did it happen in 2020 with the election, but it also started happening way back in 1963. So it's very sad, and that's the state of affairs right now. There is an attempted world takeover by a very sick and sadistic and twisted group of elites that have risen to power in all aspects of our world, starting with world governments, going into major corporations, pharmaceutical industry, the World Health Organization, mainstream media giants, big-time companies that put food on your table and medicine in your pill bottles. That same group of elites has been trying since the Kennedy days and even before that to dwindle down our population and make control, just like in the Hunger Games, really not too much different than that. They try to make that reality. And luckily for us, there is a strong group of patriots who resist and keep knocking them back on their ass. And it's been very hard to do that, for the last 60 years.
Did you see that? Come on, guys. Please stop it with the Karen jokes and comments. It does get old after 3+ years. It's been going on way longer than that. Did you just find the internet? Your great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter helped you get online? There are a lot of good patriots named Karen. For the first time, I'm disappointed in Phil that he would encourage this type of behavior. I'm a Karen.
Or so, or even more than that, because we can never really get that presidency. We can never really capture the presidency of the United States and have access that we need to military and to other aspects of ammunition to fight back. So that all changed in 2016 when Donald Trump became president. And we went through what we thought was 4 years of witch hunts and failed impeachments and even stuff like the booming economy and the great stock market and plentiful jobs. Probably one of the best financial periods we've been through in a long time, 2016 to 2020. Only as we thought to have all that being taken away from us in 2020, which again, did not happen. We see all these events happening around us and we think that they're actually happening because that's what we see.
It didn't
right?
happen,
We see that
guys.
with our eyes on what? Media. But do you actually see what's happening? Do you actually see what's going on? Do you know what's going on? Just because you see it on the media, does that mean it's happening? The answer is no, it's not. And that's why people like me exist, because our job is to cut through the bullshit that the mainstream media puts in front of your eyes and into your ears. And we're here to help people just like you, regular people just like you, understand what's actually happening in the world. So I don't know how I got off on that tangent just now, but I just gave kind of a summary from
Small dick, but wait till it get
Oh, Betcher. Hey, Papa, could you please tell the story of your former boss being attacked by the turkeys? I'll do that. I'll do a special video about it for Thanksgiving. The turkeys.
Dating back to, I think I started John F. Kennedy to where we are today. So we're going to talk about some stuff tonight that is upcoming and that you should be aware of. Before we do any of that, I want to...
Thank you for the donation.
Go over the rules of our $100,000 giveaway. First of all, anybody could be considered for the $100,000 giveaway contest. There's no rules that prohibit you from entering. Ultimately, I will have a team of people that read all of the applications, not applications, but all the comments on Rumble. Not in this video, by the way. Don't put comments down below and think you entered. Don't do that, okay? There's going to be another video that I post tomorrow that asks you to comment. Do not comment in this video. This is not the video to comment in. I'm still going to have people comment in the video. I know I am. But they won't be read and they won't be considered. Tomorrow I'll post a video sometime during the day, on Thanksgiving Day, which will be titled $100,000 giveaway. And in that video on the Rumble channel, you're going to comment. I'm going to have a team of people sift through the comments, pick out the ones that we think are best suited to receive the $1,000, and we're going to pick out 100 of those people. It's identical to what I did last year, except this time I have a team of people fielding and reading them instead of just me, so it makes it a little bit easier on me. If you comment and you enter and you lie, let's say you're an affluent person, you have money, and the things that you're saying in the comment is, really, really a tearjerker, but it's not true, then, you still may win the $1,000 if it's a really good entry, but God sees you and you will get it at some point. I don't know when, or I don't know where, or I don't know how, but it'll happen.
How brazen of him to say karma and God are coming for you. Look in the fucking mirror, motherfucker.
So if you're that low of an individual, and you really need to take $1,000 away from people who could really use it, that was a spider. I hate when that happens, because I went to kill it and I thought I got it.
Phil would jerk a dude off. I mean, jerk your arm off for a fucking $1,000. You fucking kidding me? Let you finish on his face.
But I don't see it anywhere. Like, it's not in my hand and it didn't fall on the desk. So now I don't know if it's like, where is it? It could be in my hair. It could be anywhere at this point. It could literally be anywhere. I'm upset about that because I'm going to feel.
So Phil's chat's really upset. Someone named Arvin Sloan. Arvin says, Phil said Joe Biden will not be the opponent for Donald J. Trump in the election. There will be an event that happens soon in which the candidacy of Joe Biden will be shot down. So then his audience obviously asks, there's going to be an election? The story just continues to change when nothing happens. So now we're supposed to vote again?
The spider crawling on me, even though it's probably not really there. Okay, great. I'm probably going to feel it when I go to sleep later, too. That'll be fun. Okay. Anyway, so that's going to be how we do the giveaway. We're going to sift through all the comments between, starting by the end of this week, all the way up until the giveaway day. The giveaway day is going to be right around the second week of December. So let me just pull up the calendar here, make sure maybe like the weekend of the 8th and 9th. Somewhere in there, 8th, 9th, or 10th. I don't know the exact day yet. That'll be to be announced, but it'll definitely be somewhere in that week. That's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll do the actual show then, and we'll reveal the people that we picked to win. The rules are that once you get picked, we need to know that that's actually you. So if you enter the contest by commenting on the Rumble video, be sure to watch the show for the giveaway, because if we announce you and then you don't contact us as the winner, then you're not going to get your winnings. Make sense? I mean, I would think everybody would understand that. I wouldn't have to say it, but you never know. Okay. Another thing I like about the Rumble comments that I was thinking about, I really didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to do it a different way. But what that makes people do is register for Rumble. We have a lot of people, a vast majority of people that watch me on Rumble do not have Rumble accounts. So the chat you see on the side of your screen or on your phone right now as I'm live, those people have accounts, they have usernames, and that's why they're able to comment. But if you don't have an account on Rumble, you can't comment in a live chat, you can't comment on a video, you can't like a video or thumbs down a video, dislike, and you can't follow a channel. By the way, if you guys are watching right now and you do have accounts, please hit the thumbs up button on Rumble. Rumble is an ever-growing platform. We just had the Rumble CEO, Chris Pavlov, I think his name is.
Yeah, there's already people supporting him. Jack M says, if we do get to 2024, are y'all going to piss and moan or vote the man in? Regardless of what we've been told, it would become the citizens' duty to vote. The election might come. If that happens, will y'all show up or give up? 2016 was rigged to high hill, and we won. I know 23 are bust. Well, of up until now is part of the plan. There's a good change. 24 is part of the plan. What would you rather? 4 years of hell or a lifetime of heaven? Or instant gratification like the cabal wants you to have? So the responses to that is, haven't even thought about it. We will not have the 24 presidential election. Whether it counts or not, I always vote. I'm not going to lay down and give up. David, fix the election system and I would be happy to vote. Mike, I believe full-blown revolution will happen. This cannot continue. These people think, and Phil reinforces this, these people think that they're the majority. Clearly they're not. I think more people came out to vote against Trump than that voted for Biden.
Take sides with Elon Musk, which we'd love to see that. Musk is going after some people lawsuit-wise for what comes down to freedom of speech as well as censorship. And, Rumble's a great platform. So if you're not registered yet and have a username on here or an account on here, please do so. It's completely free. You'll be able to follow this channel on Rumble for free. There's no cost to it.
Here's one I have never understood. There are good, genuine people that follow each political party. Okay? I don't think we should be bothering fucking God or Jesus or Allah or whoever you fucking pray to. Because if I pray that if I ask God and God hears and answers my prayers that Donald Trump will be president, and you're a good person, you fucking support the Democrats and you pray that Donald Trump won't be president or that Joe Biden will be president, whose prayer is he answering and whose prayer is he saying, fuck you?
But you will be counted in the analytics. A lot of people are not yet counted in the analytics because you don't have an account. I fully vouch for Rumble. Rumble will never become what YouTube became. And in the coming years, you're going to see YouTube fall drastically. And Rumble's going to be there to pick up that slack. So this is not something I would tell you to do unless I fully vetted them. And I've spoken to the CEO of Rumble several times. I know the VP of marketing there very, very well. We're very good friends. And the Rumble is here to stay, for sure. If you want an upgraded experience from Rumble, that's what Locals is. Locals has partnered with Rumble.
Someone said, anyone else exhausted by the word soon and imminent? Yes, very much so, says Susan. Tracy, yes. Marlene, hang in there just a bit longer. Susan M., I feel you're all right. Been holding on since 2018. I'm just tired tonight. Ken, tomorrow I will be. Kathy, have been for a while now. Phil, I'm beginning to think we've all been pranked. A psyop. Nothing is going to happen till we do something. Hope it's not too late. Chrissy, but God. Kim, sadly, I'm thinking the same way. Enough is enough. Either shit or get off the pot. I'd hate to think we're being played because if that's the case, can you imagine how many pissed off patriots there's going to be? And I'm talking worldwide. I don't think that would be good. Again, they drastically over-exaggerate their shit.
So on my Rumble channel, you'll see a little red join button. That is a paid service, but you do have private messaging boards over there, access to giveaways, access to bonus live streams and Q&As like we're going to do later tonight. So that's the difference with the platforms. Regardless of that, what the commenting does on that video that I'm going to post tomorrow is it forces you to create an account. You have to create an account on Rumble. I'm trying to push everybody to Rumble for that exact reason. So by doing the giveaway on Rumble, I think that actually goes towards that goal a little bit too. Okay, so that's going to be that.
Here's another one. Jeff says, Thanksgiving is 12 hours away, and I remember Phil, Bo Polney, and a few other truthers saying it would be a very good Thanksgiving. It would be like Christmas in November. Am I the only one that is feeling we are being played, strung along for a different outcome than what we have been told? Goldwater Kid. For myself, I'm thankful knowing we have opened new door to real change coming across this world. Sure, it would be nice to see a boom. It's out there, both good and bad. We have to experience both. LA, for me, it's going to have to do a 180 to be good, because someone already stole my Thanksgiving from me. Thankfully, a friend has invited me to come for dinner, so I'm thankful for her. Jeremy, I 100% agree. By the way, Phil's mods have... so first of all, a streaming service should always be optimized to where even if you have lower quality internet, it should still work, right? Netflix... Even if you have kind of shitty internet, it might reduce the frame rate, it might reduce the resolution, but still it often works, right? You have to have really bad internet for Netflix not to work, even if it buffers a little bit. Or YouTube. YouTube notoriously works really good. Now, there's some that are less optimized. I know Kick's just getting started out. It's not as optimized, but it still works for most people. There are so many people complaining about Q streaming now that the mods are telling them that they have shitty fucking internet and they should stop paying. If you have shitty internet, stop paying for Q streaming. It's not worth it. Tired of hearing you complain. What is going on with Q streaming always going offline with outages, sometimes lasting for hours at a time? I know they said they were working on it, but geez, man, I'm tired of it. I almost can't wait for everything to go down so we could get the EAS, EBS, and the truth. Katie K says, mine too. It's out again. Just want to watch a good movie and can't. Godlewski Group Chat 3.0 Senior Mod, which everyone thinks is Phil, says, that is something on your end. Your internet. Mine is flawless. Ron says, flawless? Sure wish mine was flawless. Freezing up all the time. I have 50 meg up and 50 megs down. Nothing else freezes except for Q. Imagine. Imagine.
I should have that video posted tomorrow, maybe by midday on the East Coast. So just look out for that. I will post it on Telegram for you guys to click. If you're not on Telegram yet, you should really get on there too. Telegram's expanding big time, and it's my primary go-to for political talk and live streaming and pretty much all relay of any sort of newsworthy anything. Rumble, D-Live, locals for live streams, but Telegram for everyday stuff. So
remember when Phil said the IRS shut down 2 years ago? Sella Jean says, the IRS is real and still in operation. Just got off the phone with my bank, and the evilness wiped out $2,500 out of our account. Doggy lover. My good friend gets her wages. That sounds sexual. Doggy lover. That she's just put poodle fucker. My good friend gets her wages garnished every other week. They are fully functioning and making people poor. Pam. Yep, I know they're still operating. They have a very large office here in my town. So many people of our community work there. I believe it's the largest employer in our town. Judy. Yep, they are going nowhere. IRS is here to stay. Lynn. Nope, don't buy that for 1 second. It would be the U.S. Treasury, period. These people are telling you they're losing their fucking money. Nope, I don't believe you. Liar. Phil said it's over.
okay, so tomorrow I'll have that video up. You guys are going to comment down below in that video. Do not comment in this video. This is not the video to do it in. I'll say that one more time.
Oh, OG
tomorrow
mom.
We'll have it up. You can comment in there. We're going to pick 100 most worthy applicants, and we will announce them on the December show. It's going to be somewhere around the 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in there. Okay. What else did I want to talk about tonight? Oh, I partnered with this new company that I want you guys to know about. It's called the Wellness Company. Let me pull up their script here a little bit. I want to tell you a little bit.
He's pulling up his new ad. Rita, if this whole movie don't end soon, I think I'm out. Too many people can't afford anything, and we're supposed to give thanks tomorrow. People can't keep living like this. True if you're investing with Phil. Holly, so you have nothing to be thankful for? No food, house, family, friends, life, nature, nothing? I'm not saying people aren't suffering. They are. I'm there with them. Better off than some and worse off than others. Everyone has something to be thankful for. Everyone. And just curious, how are you going to be out? Feels like a challenge has approached. Oh no. Have you ever noticed that their holidays get worse and worse each year? Like, I know I fucking hate holidays, and my holidays get as such this year, but theirs have been drastically going down here every year. Wonder what they're going to do with Thanksgiving in 2024 when they're waiting for Joe Biden to be reinaugurated.
A little bit about them. I actually already had it up. There it is. All right, so we all know the distrust we all have for Big Pharma, right? I mean, we've been talking about that. I actually mentioned that earlier tonight before I even started talking about the Wellness Company.
That's right,
And
Kev.
one big thing about Big Pharma is that you don't know, with all the vaccine crap that's happened over the last few years, you never know what to expect. Who's on your side and who's not. So when you look at this new company, it's called the Wellness Company, and the link to them is down below. By the way, if you click the link that's in the description down below, you'll see a discount code. You're going to go to, what's the website? twc.health/Phil. twc.health/Phil. TWC stands for the Wellness Company. You'll get 10% at checkout. There's a lot of doctors that have partnered with the Wellness Company as well. Peter McCulloch is one of them. They're trying to build what they consider a parallel healthcare system to the big pharma companies that are out there right now, and bring a lot of change to that industry.
Wait, I thought you were selling Native American fucking insurance. Why would they need the Wellness Company? Oh my God. This is 100% a scam. The first thing they advertise on their thing says save $10 as a member. Remember the pre-COVID days? Vaccinated or not, taking your health seriously has never been more important. Our revolutionary spike support formula, for the dreaded spike proteins, is the only product that contains not a kinase and dandelion root, ingredients researched for their efficacy. Buy daily spike support and give your body the natural immune support it needs to protect yourself and your family. That's the first thing. It's a supplement. And supplements, we've went into supplements before with fucking, what's that guy's name? The Health Ranger, whatever. Supplements are very, very widely ignored by a lot of fucking, like FDA oversight and shit like that. And they sometimes make very, very crazy claims like spike support.
As well. So 90%, I don't know if you guys know this, but 90% of pharmaceuticals are produced overseas. 90% of pharmaceuticals are produced overseas. What if we have a conflict overseas? What happens to your pharmaceuticals? Exactly. So the Wellness Company came in to try to take that away. 95% of pharmacy techs are currently reporting a shortage of critical drugs such as antibiotics. Average cost of an ER visit today is $2,500. Cost of an ambulance is $1,000. The Wellness Company helps you prepare for all of these things. Their kits are now available. Currently, they're only available in the United States. They're not doing anything outside of the United States just yet. So if you are in one of those countries that I was reading off in the pre-live, can't get them to you yet, but they're doing their best to get over there as well. So go to twc.health/Phil. You'll get discounts on your orders by going there, and it'll help you guys get away.
So they do membership. So non-members, you pay $75 a month or a visit for virtual care. You get regularly priced supplements and products and monthly offers via newsletter. Membership gets the Wellness Company membership is $9.99 a month or $100 a year. You get discounted supplements and wellness products, discounted virtual care at a $59 per visit instead of $75. It's $60 instead of $75. Exclusive members-only health content from leading minds in healthcare. Discounts on most specialty telehealth services. Or you can get the One Wellness. This is right up his audience because they're all old and dying. You can get the One Wellness membership. That's $200 a month instead of $10 a month. It's $200 a month. You get free supplements of your choosing each month. Discounts on all the products and supplements in the shop. Unlimited virtual care. Exclusive members-only health content from leading minds. Discounts on specialty telehealth services. And access to Freedom from Pharma consultations. Freedom from Pharma consultations. Wait, one of their members is, this can't be right. They've got to be lying, right? They're claiming that that Peter McCullough is the internal medicine and cardiology's chief scientific officer. They're claiming that Dr. Drew from CNN is their chief medical board member. Dr. Drew Pinsky, MD. Who else they got here? Robert Seek is their chief of integrated therapeutics. James Thorpe is their chief of maternal and prenatal medicine. And Harvey Rich is their chief epidemiologist. Dr. Drew? Uh-oh. Teaming up with CNN, are we?
Away from what I'm trying to do is push everybody away, obviously, from the cabal-run and owned companies and the wellness.
He's trying to push you to any company. He gets a percentage of your purchases.
Resubscribed for 14 months.
Thank you, Captain. He's trying to get you to any company where he makes a percentage of every purchase you make. 14 months is a long time. Thank you very much for that.
Company is a great company to partner with to do exactly that. So if you're looking to get some more information on that, twc.health/Phil. Okay. Let's just get to the Intel part tonight. I think I talked long enough, and people are probably timing me saying, "Oh, go to the 45-minute mark. That's when the Intel starts." And don't say static. Don't say that to me. Don't say static. Don't say static. Ugh.
I thought you knew exactly what it was. It was just some settings you had to turn around, right? You just had to fix your settings and everything would be fine. It's just a settings not syncing up. Isn't that what you said? Your settings, right? Something like that.
Okay, hold on.
You got rid of a $2,000 microphone setup for a $300 microphone and then said, oh, it's just some settings in my streaming software. I could fix them, but I just haven't. I'll get to them soon. Weird.
Okay, how's that better? How are we doing over there on locals? Good? Okay. Rumble should be good. Should be good on Rumble.
I forgot to make the chat. Subscribers only on YouTube. I fixed it.
It's the spider. Maybe. I know every time with the sound. What do you do? You know, what do you do? I don't want to fix it. I'm too lazy to fix it, I guess. No, here's the spider. I tried. You missed that part in life?
He said it was just clicking a couple boxes, but he's too lazy to fix it. Also, he deserves every house he has in Italy, every dime he makes from your Social Security check, because he's the hardest worker he's ever met. But he's also too lazy to change a couple settings. He doesn't want to admit that he has no idea what the fuck is wrong.
Well, now Carrie's not coming in here because there's a spider. Girl grew up around bugs and scorpions and shit, like in the desert, and
he doesn't give a fuck about you or what you think about it because you keep sending him money. It's weird how they always say vote with your wallet, and I love the people that are like, I've never paid Phil a dime for any of his intel. You don't understand he makes ad revenue every time you show up and watch it? You understand he sells ad spots on his fucking Telegram channel for everybody that's subscribed there or interacts there? You don't understand how this fucking works?
You should see when like a bumblebee flies around, all bets are off. You don't know what's gonna happen those days. So, all right. Can you please open up your Telegram chat again? I accidentally deleted my account. Yeah, I can do that, I guess. Right now it is private. The chat channel is private. By the way, if you are a subscriber to Locals, you get your own private Telegram channel as well. It's one of the perks associated with being a Locals member. So, all right. So I got some news tonight. I got a little bit of intel to drop. I don't think it's anything that we probably haven't thought of before, or it has at least crossed our minds, or maybe you've even had a conversation with someone about it. But I can confirm it for you now. There's two different ways to take it, and we're going to talk about that too. So I have a kind of a two-part intel drop. The first one that I want to talk about is Joe Biden, or the entity known as Joe Biden Conference, like the artist formerly known as, because it's not Joe Biden. We know that, right? I mean, come on. All you got to do is have eyes. If you have eyes and you're able to look at something with your eyes, you will look at Joe Biden, the guy that's up there now, and you'll be like, oh, it's not Joe Biden. So we know that. But for purposes of what I'm talking about tonight, I'm going to say Joe Biden as if that is the Joe Biden. Okay, but it's not, which is, so we know. He's also not president. Even though it's a whole really crinkling thing that's happening in the world right now. It's just crazy. Joe Biden will not be the opponent of Donald Trump for the 2024 election. And before everybody starts saying,
there's no election, Phil, remember?
You said there's not going to be an election. I know, just hold on. There will be an event that happens, which I don't have full authority to talk about that yet, but there will be an event that happens very soon.
It won't be a full election.
In which the projected candidacy for Joe Biden to be the representative of the Democratic Party in 2024 will be shot down. Now, that's probably not super surprising because, I hate talking about poll numbers because Hillary was up 20 points over Trump the night before the election in 2016, and we all know where that went. So polls are a bunch of shit. And truthfully, I don't really like talking about 2024 at all because I don't think that I know for a fact that there will be a solution before we even get to that point. However, the narrative is kind of what I'm referencing tonight when I talk about Biden not making it to the election, or forget about making it to the election, not even being the Democratic nominee. So this whole Trump head-to-head with Biden poll crap, Joe Biden campaign, not going to happen. What'll be more shocking is the reason why Joe Biden won't be running for president.
I guess I didn't realize how far Dr. Drew has went like crazy fucking right-wing hysteria to cash in. He's now doing a show on, remember when we covered like the voluntary WHO statement that they wanted everybody to sign saying that they would follow protocols if there was this, that, or the other. But it really didn't mean anything. It doesn't have any teeth. It doesn't have any way to enforce it. And people are like, they're taking over the world. This is the new world order. The WHO's going to be the new world order. You're going to be in a concentration camp. He's sharing shit about that. We must stop the WHO before 2024 or lose our medical freedom forever. I didn't realize that. He went the way of Jordan Peterson. That's crazy. I mean, it's paying out. It's paying out huge for him. He apparently has a contract with Rumble. Plus, some of his views are like, are we all going to have to do this? Are we all going to have to sell out to be fucking far right fucking personalities now? Is that how you make money on the internet? Clearly, I'm doing it wrong. Fuck.
And it's probably not what you're thinking. Probably not what you're thinking. It's going to be something else. Perhaps we'll talk about that in a future live. Tonight, we won't be talking about that. But Joe Biden is not going to be considered the nominee for the 2024 election. I also want to say that as I sit here right now, and as of the last time that I've talked to my sources, there will be an election. It will not be in November of 24. And it's not going to be the type of election that we think of when we say election. I'm being a little bit.
It's from your Q phone.
Deceiving in a way. No one's going to be voting in November of 24 for the president of the United States. That's not going to happen. And I think the word election needs to be redefined.
Elon Musk at 8 p.m. posted QAnon in response to a Reuters article about OpenAI that says OpenAI researchers warned board of AI breakthrough ahead of CEO ouster. It says, ahead of OpenAI, this is from Reuters, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's 4 days in exile, several staff researchers wrote a letter to the board of directors warning of a powerful artificial intelligence discovery that they said could threaten humanity. 2 people familiar with the matter told Reuters. The previously unreported letter and AI algorithm were key developments before the board's ouster. Altman, the poster child of the generative AI, the 2 sources said. Prior to his triumphant return late Tuesday, more than 700 employees had threatened to quit and join backer Microsoft in solidarity with their fired leader. The sources cited the letter as one factor among a longer list of grievances by the board leading to Altman's firing, among which were concerns over commercializing advances before understanding the consequences. Reuters was unable to review a copy of the letter. The staff who wrote the letter did not respond to requests for comment. After being contacted by Reuters, OpenAI, which declined to comment, acknowledged in an internal message to staffers a project called Q asterisk and a letter to the board before the weekend's events. One of the people said, an OpenAI spokesman said that the message sent by long-term executive Mira Moradi alerted staff to certain media stories without commenting on their accuracy. Some OpenAI believe Q asterisk, pronounced Q star, could be a breakthrough in the startup's search for what's known as artificial general intelligence, AGI. One of the people told Reuters. OpenAI defines AGI as autonomous system that surpasses humans in most economically valuable tasks. Given vast computing resources, the new model was able to solve certain mathematical problems, the person said on condition of anonymity, because the individual was not authorized to speak on behalf of the company. Though only performing math on the level of grade school students, acing such tests made researchers very optimistic about Q-Star future success, the source said. Reuters could not independently verify the capabilities of Q-Star claimed by the researchers. Researchers considered math to be a frontier of generative AI development. Currently, generative AI is good at writing and language translation by statistically predicting the next word, and answers to the same questions can vary wildly. But conquering the ability to do math where there is only one right answer implies AI would have greater reasoning capabilities resembling human intelligence. This could be applied to novel scientific research, for instance, AI researchers believe. Unlike a calculator that can solve a limited number of operations, AGI can generalize, learn, and comprehend. In the letter to the board, researchers flagged AI's prowess and potential danger, the source said, without specifying the exact safety concerns noted in the letter. There has long been discussion among computer scientists about the danger posed by highly intelligent machines, for instance, if they might decide that the destruction of humanity was in their interest. Researchers have also flagged work by an AI scientist team, the existence of which multiple sources confirmed. The group, formed by combining earlier CodeGen and MathGen teams, was exploring how to optimize existing AI models to improve their reasoning and eventually perform scientific work, one of the people said. Altman led efforts to make ChatGPT one of the fastest growing software applications in history and drew investment and computing resources necessary from Microsoft to get closer to AGI. In addition to announcing a slew of new tools in the demonstration this month, Altman last week teased at a summit of world leaders in San Francisco that he believed major advances were in sight. 4 times now in the history of OpenAI, the most recent time was just in the last couple of months, I've gotten to be in the room when we sort of push the veil of ignorance back and the frontier of discovery forward. And getting to do that is the professional honor of a lifetime, he said at the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. A day later, the board fired Altman. Weird. They're talking about Q-Star, and Elon Musk is sharing it and then retweeting it with a quote tweet saying Q-Star anon or Q asterisk anon. Weird.
Because the way that we think of an election going, where we go to a poll place, wherever we're designated to go, and we pick a candidate from a ballot, whether it's Republican, Democrat, Independent, Ralph Nader, whatever, it's not how it's going to be. I don't actually ever know if we're going to go back to that ever again. I would think it would be pretty stupid to do that ever again, But what the Alliance and the White Hats have been working on is a completely different system altogether, which 100% changes everything about voting. And it's just completely and utterly secure beyond belief. So what we're going to see first is the announcement pertaining to Joe Biden not being on the ballot for 24. That's what we'll see first. And what a lot of people are going to do is when they hear that, they're going to be shocked by the reason, but when they hear that he's not going to be on the ballot in 24 and everybody starts celebrating, there's going to be this faction of people that say, wait a minute, I thought there wasn't an election in 24, right? And then those people are going to be pissed off at people like me. But that's why I'm telling this to you now and not telling it to you later. Because I want you to know that when it does happen, that's supposed to happen. They're supposed to announce that.
It's supposed to happen. Joe Biden's supposed to be disqualified from the election. It's not going to happen.
We want it that way. That's fine. Okay? There's no, alternate path or different idea that kind of spun out of control, and now we're not in control anymore. I just want you to know that when they announce that Biden's not going to be running, and they're not actually going to announce Biden's not going to be running. It's just you're kind of going to get it. Like, you'll see. Not too long after that, that's when it's going to become a whole lot more clear how the next president of the United States becomes president of the United States. I digress. Let's think of something real quick, right? If you believe in the things that I say, right? And I got a lot of followers, I got a lot of subscribers, I have a lot of support, more than just about anybody on the internet right now. If you believe in the things that I say and I report, and you believe in Q, and you believe the things that Q has posted about and predicted and confirmed in many different Q drops, if you believe in all of that stuff, right? Now
I think he's making most of it up. It's more of like a how long can I keep them satisfied kind of deal, right? So now he's got an out to say, well, look, I told you there's going to be a 2024 election. I just told you that, Biden's not going to be part of it.
I know for a fact that many of the things are true. I know that for a fact. And then there's some other stuff that's I don't fully have a full picture on, but I'm fairly certain that that's accurate too. For you sitting there, you're not nearly as confident as I am because, well, I have what I have and you don't have access to that. So I get that. But if you decide beyond reasonable doubt that you believe in Q, you believe in me, you believe in the plan, you believe in Trump, you believe in all this stuff.
Hold on, let's do this.
That was on the. I got paid $50K for the Lookout podcast. That was on the table when Phil and everything else. I've lost money so far on the Lookout podcast. I don't know what's happening yet, but the idea is we're going to split it. I don't know how the ad revenue is going to be split. I don't know if it's being split 7 ways or whatever it is, but like right now we're running at a negative. I know for right now we haven't made any money yet. I ain't got paid $50K for the Lookout podcast.
Keemstar started a new podcast called Lolcow Live, and it's got Wings of Redemption, Boogie. You guys know Boogie. We just did that documentary on him, and a guy named Tommy C, which I used to really like Tommy C. I haven't seen him in a while, but I used to like Tommy C a lot. It's a YouTube channel, and Keemstar started it. And I guess Keemstar said that he was paying them all $50,000 an episode. And obviously people are like, well, that seems like a lot of money. Or $50,000 salary, not episode. $50,000 salary a month. And now they're talking about they're losing money on it. I mean, it still seems like a lot, but whatever.
Then if you are one of those people, you would also have to believe that the indictments against Trump are on purpose, right? Because if we're in control, we're not going to allow Trump to be publicly humiliated, at the very least, publicly humiliated by these indictments. And at the very worst, convicted of an actual crime, right? You can't say, I believe, and then think those indictments are real. You can't have it. That's happening both ways. That's, believing everything is set up this way. We're fully in control. We're draining, the cabal from existence. We're setting up this era. We're doing all that stuff. But then you have Trump get indicted? No, you can't. So if you believe, you have to believe also that the indictments are for a reason, and they're set up by us.
Yeah,
not by Jack
Wings
Smith,
too.
not by Merrick Garland, not by, Southern District of New York. None of that.
It's a good idea. A lot of people watch Boogie and a lot of people watch Wings because they're lockhouse. And Tommy C is a drama YouTuber, so he covers a lot of the drama stuff. So it's a good idea for a podcast, and he could make a lot of money. But when he came out and said he was paying them all $50,000 salary, and there's Keemstar plus them 3, so that's 4 plus 3 more people behind the scenes, and they're all getting paid $50,000 salary. I just think that was a fucking flex that he can't cover.
You have to believe that this is part of what we're supposed to be.
Not right now.
You would also have to believe, if you believe in the plan and the Great Awakening and Q and everything else, you would also have to believe that the majority of things that we see, the important things that we see, we're supposed to see. You can't believe that the bad guys are actually in control. You can't believe that. You can't believe that if you believe in the plan. you have to believe that everything we're seeing, we're meant to see. And I want you guys
we're meant to see it.
I want you guys to think back for a second. How many good things have happened? And don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people in really bad shape because of what has happened to the economy and the shit show that the Biden administration represents. But look at how many good things have happened since 2020. And I'm talking about big time bad people who are now just gone. Look what's happened to the
Well, we can't prove any of these. You just said it, right? Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, their chef, all gone.
The media. The anchors that are just lost now, the ownership and the presidents and the CEOs of major mainstream media companies, Bezos, Jack Dorsey. Look at the shit that Zuckerberg has found himself in, right? Look at all the victories that we've had. Abortion, overruled in the Supreme Court. Now we're all looking for that one big elusive victory, but it's coming. It's coming. Hold on, this guy over here said, Qers are losers. Alrighty then, and that's easy. And how long do you want to ban this user? Forever. How about that? Who's a loser now? Certainly not me. Anyway.
The guy who stops his whole show in front of 30 million people and bounds one guy that called him a loser. That's the fucking loser.
So these indictments, getting back to what I was originally saying, these indictments have to be for our benefit one way or another, right? What is the benefit of us seeing who we believe to be commander-in-chief and our president who was robbed of an election? What are the benefit of the indictments? Well, what are the indictments about? Some of the indictments are about Trump trying to claim that the election was stolen, that the election was fraudulent. A lot of the indictments are about that. I have news for you. If they indict Trump because he said that the election was fraudulent, more or less, is what they're saying for many of the indictments, it's the gist of it anyway. What if Trump proves what he said? What if he could prove it? What happens to the indictment? Well, he wins, right? Do you think he could prove it? Do you think he could prove election fraud? Now let me ask you this. How do you introduce evidence legally? It's coming. It's coming. Hold on, this guy over here said Qers are losers.
Wait. You think Trump's going to prove election fraud in a case that's brought against him? You haven't seen like Giuliani already running. You haven't seen the people taking deals to testify against him. Giuliani already said they made it all up in his own fucking personal case from the Judy Freeman or whatever her name is. Already said they made it all up. Hell, Roger Stone's come out and admitted that not only did they make it up before the election even happened. A week before the election happened, that was their plan if they were losing. To claim that it was all fucking rigged and they was cheating and grab videos and this, that, and the other and just cry foul.
Alrighty then, and that's easy. And how long do you want to ban this user? Forever. How about that? Who's a loser now? Certainly not me. Anyway, so these indictments, getting back to what I was originally saying, these indictments have to be for our benefit one way or another, right? What is the benefit of us seeing who we believe to be commander-in-chief and our president who was robbed of an election? What are the benefit of the indictments? Well, what are the indictments about? Some of the indictments are about Trump trying to claim that the election was stolen, that the election was fraudulent. A lot of the indictments are about that. I have news for you.
A lot of it is about manipulating people, offering to manipulate people, stealing fucking election machines. A lot of it does have shit to do with proving that some ballots are ran through twice.
They indict Trump because he said that the election was fraudulent, more or less, is what they're saying for many of the indictments. It's the gist of it anyway. What if Trump proves what he said?
He thinks his hair looks good when it's long. Thin, but long.
What if he could prove it? What happens to the indictment? Well, right? Do you think he could prove it? Do you think he could prove election fraud? Now let me ask you this. How do you introduce evidence legally? If you can, did we ever hear that quote anywhere before, by the way? I think we did. How do you
Dude, that car explosion on the bridge is just wild. Have y'all seen the video? Not the explosion video, but like at first, for some reason, Fox reported and then had to retract it. It was full of explosives and they thought it was a terrorist attack. When the actual quote the lady got was like, it was such a big explosion. At first, we thought it could be terrorists or anything. Obviously, it wasn't. But it's a car exploding. But look, if you don't understand how a car can explode in the way that it did, look at this motherfucker and then think of what happens when this son of a bitch lands. Let me pull down the chat for a second. I think I got them together. Okay. Watch up here at the top of the screen. And then think about what's happening when this motherfucker lands. Of course, the fucking fuel and shit, fireball, everything. That motherfucker's 30 foot in the air when it takes off. Look at that. It jumped a Ryder truck, dude. What do you think's going to happen when it hits somewhere? Someone say it was a Bentley. For real, it does look like it might be a Bentley grill. Look at that. Holy shit, dude. It has to be moving to hit something solid and ride up it and then launch all that. God damn. Cars don't just explode. Well, they create gigantic fucking fireballs and explosions when they're doing shit like this. They absolutely do. I don't know where you got that from.
Introduce evidence legally. All right, can you hear me? If you can't do it through the mainstream media, or if the people that watch the mainstream media... Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if you're talking to me or Wings.
Yes, I'm talking to you because there's only two people in.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have a way to know that.
Something's playing somewhere. I'm sorry. My bad. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Media, even if you do introduce it through them, if there's
that is an Audi. I don't know that little round grill. It's hard to say. I can't tell from that, but I know that little round grill is on. It's on a few different cars. I guess it could be an Audi for sure.
What's the best way to introduce evidence of, let's say, election fraud or CIA involvement in whatever? What's the best way to introduce it through court, in discovery, in a courtroom? That's exactly where it is. That's exactly the only way to introduce evidence in a legal atmosphere and force any media outlets, whether it's alt media like myself or mainstream media or any big name social media account like an Elon Musk account or somebody that has hundreds of millions of followers and views. If you introduce it in court through a subpoena or through discovery and it comes out publicly, there's no denying it then. You can't deny it. You can't call people.
Carrie Lake. This looks like this looks like well, she actually said this looks cock, which is very weird. This looks cock at attempted terrorist attack along our northern border. Our worst fears are being realized. Joe Biden's open border invites chaos and misery into our country. It was inevitable that bad people were going to take him up on this offer. It was a car wreck, Carrie. What the fuck is wrong with you? Damn. I mean, it absolutely could have been an attack, but if it was, then they did it in a really weird way. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me grab the video. So they could have just come down this road, right? They jump over here. They could have just come down this road and still been doing 150 and plowed into this fucking truck and all these people right here. It's very strange to take a chance. No one knows that their car's going to launch like that when they hit something at 120 miles an hour. It's not like they got out there and planned out this fucking jump. If it's a terrorist attack, then they did something really fucking stupid. Because they could have just went over here and detonated. I've been in fucking IEDs or VBEDs, vehicle-borne IEDs. They don't usually try to launch from 80 feet away and land on your head. They could have just rolled up here and detonated. That's it. And then it's going to zoom into the explosion over here in a second. Boom. So the explosion we see is more like a fireball. There's not a ton of structural. I mean, obviously it's going to have pressure in it. It's gas and a concealed whatever, and it's going to blow that tank when it leaks. But there's not a lot of. It's not like it doesn't blow this building down, right? Like it goes through it, it fucks it up. But if this was like a vehicle-borne IED, it would have fucking. I don't know if you've ever seen a VBED go off, but it fucking craters everything. There's nothing left around it. It's fucking terrifying how much explosives you can put into a fucking car and drive up to somebody. It's one of the most terrifying things that you could face overseas. It's insane. But that was just a really, really dumb way to do it, I guess.
Election deniers anymore. Let me ask you another question involved with that same question, kind of like a follow-up. If evidence is introduced in court, let's say for one of these indictments, and it's accepted by that court as evidence, and it's irrefutable, do you think a case like that could go to the Supreme Court? Do you think you could get a hearing in front of the Supreme Court relatively quickly if that...
Even the way the fireball kind of spreads looks like maybe like a portion of the tank detonated, and then there's like a spray of fuel too that also detonates. One of the ticket booths is kind of on fire, still standing. The columns are still standing. Even this picture right here. Look how close this was to the explosion. Okay, see this picture right here? Even as close as this was to the explosion, she's still standing behind glass. I can tell you right now, overseas, when a vehicle exploded, there was nothing within 100 yards that still had glass in it. Whoever took this picture, there's a reflection from the little office cubicle thing they're in. No goddamn way. Cars destroyed, but I mean, like I said, even this fucking booth is still standing. It's a dumb, if it's a terrorist attack, it's fucking dumb as hell. I think it's more like fucking somebody being drunk or fucked up or a suicidal or something stupid and doing their thing.
Particular set of evidence had to do with treason or national security.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
You ever hear the emergency docket in SOTUS, Supreme Court? So again, going back a little bit, you might hear some background noise. There's some guys out my yard right now doing some stuff. Just ignore that. But if you look at the plan,
what did you just suck on?
So again, going back a little bit, docket in SOTUS, Supreme Court.
Getting the last of that gist. I just said it in gist. Oh, thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I hope everybody. I know that I'm personally not gonna. I'm dreading everything about it. I was actually glad I was sick for a couple of days. Didn't even think about it. Just got to sleep. I'm so fucking. I don't know, but I hope everybody else has a good holiday. I really do. I hope everybody else enjoys it. Gets to spend time with their family and stuff. I hope it works out for you for sure.
So again, going back a little bit, you might hear some background noise. There's some guys out my yard right now doing some stuff. Just ignore that. But
Ted Cruz, same thing. This confirms our worst fear. The explosion at Rainbow Bridge was a terrorist attack. Both attackers are dead and one law enforcement officer is injured. That's not how a VBAD happens, by the way. I'm praying that the officer makes a full recovery and able to spend Thanksgiving surrounded by family and loved ones. Thank you to our law enforcement officers who are remaining vigilant and working to protect Americans traveling for Thanksgiving. And these tweets are still up, dude. A search of the scene by the FBI revealed no explosive materials, even when they used a dog, and no terrorism nexus was identified. The matter has been turned over to Niagara Falls Police Department as a traffic investigation. The FBI thanks our local, state, federal law enforcement. There you go. That's from the FBI Buffalo branch office.
if you look at the plan, right, and you realize that Q was posting stuff all the way back in 2017 regarding things that are happening today right in front of our eyes, and there's going to be people out there say, oh, well, you're an idiot for following Q. Well, those are the people that haven't really read Q stuff, because the stuff that Q was talking about in 2017, 2018 is happening today in 2023. Can you explain that to me?
Why would he predict it 5 years ahead of time? Because it seemed very clear that he was predicting it for that year at that time. I also think Phil has new top teeth. They look bigger, wider. Maybe he's just going to keep upsizing them until it's just one brick of porcelain.
Can you explain to me how, to the minute, Q predicted John McCain's death? Not to the day, not to the week, not to the month, to the minute.
Sure he did.
Can anyone explain to me?
When you go through all of this and you have no idea what something means, if I wrote a bunch of gibberish and words down, okay, and I did that 300 times, and then I said, look to current events, and you saw, at one point I wrote all the colors, and then you'd be like, oh my God, the Rainbow Bridge. A rainbow has all the colors. Like, y'all are grasping at straws to begin with and trying to force them to fit into the narrative that you want.
Me. Tippy top. Can you explain that to me? And that's where the deniers that are out there. This plan's been in motion for such a long time, and these indictments that are coming down now are to introduce legally to the public without any chance of defamation or slander or libel or any sort of suit happening, or, much more important than any sort of suit, any sort of refutable denial that what's going to be introduced is legitimate. It's not only going to be introduced as legitimate, it's going to be confirmed. It's going to be announced and it's going to be confirmed by members of our military, by members of our military intelligence group, by members of the NSA. Things are about to get really, really spicy. And all of these things are sort of going to happen at once. You have the Biden thing that I talked about earlier. You have the election changes. You have the 2020 election fraud evidence. You have the Supreme Court getting involved. You have all of these things happening like literally simultaneously. And it's going to be enough for you to get chills all over your body and butterflies in your stomach. And it's going to be worth every... Let me...
Oh, hold on. We have to interrupt this one time for just a quick insertion of a video I think some of you might enjoy. And here we go. Don't you guys like pets? Cute pets or something?
Hairball.
Everybody keeps telling me I should share more pet videos.
Hairball.
What do you think? You always get mad when I show videos of animals dying, but these are pets.
Hairball.
I think he had that stuffed in there already. I think this is a fake video.
Hairball.
All right, I just had to break the fill up or something. I couldn't take it anymore. I wonder, do you think Phil intentionally named his show tonight after a video game, Fall Guys? We've played that on the stream before. It's like the game I play with Liam where you like race and get knocked off or whatever.
Let me tell you this. I know this is actually a really big statement, but I'm going to make it anyway. I think that each and every one of you, every single one of you, no matter what you've been through, how many loved ones you lost, I think every single one of you, when this all starts happening, and it's just left, right, it's all coming down at you all at the same time. Phil's reporting this, Brad's reporting this, CNN's reporting this, Fox is reporting this, Tucker said this, Elon said this, Trump said this. Look what the White House is saying. It's all going to be happening all at the same time. At that moment, when you feel that overwhelming amount of news hitting your plate all at the same time, I bet you that each and every one of you is going to say these words. It was worth it.
It was worth it.
The loss of loved ones, the loss.
No matter how much money you send to me, no matter how many people die, no matter how many houses you lose, no matter how much money is taken from you by the IRS for not paying your taxes, no matter how many houses I buy in foreign lands, vacation rentals, and new houses and new cars and new boats and houses on the lake, and weird hand jobs from Taiwanese 13-year-old girls, because that's what I'm into, it'll all be worth it.
Loss of employment, the loss of your friends, your family because of what you believe in, the loss of the segregation that you may have gone through at work or at school, or
and I use the term girls lightly, okay? He's just trying to get the jizz of it.
your refusal to take the vaccines, and you lost your employment because of that. You haven't seen people because you refused to take them. You're going to say it was worth it. You know how I know? Because that feeling that you get when it's all finally happening, boom, boom, it's just hit you left, right. Oh, no, this, you're going to be so excited about this one thing that you just learned about, you're going to talk to your friends about it, then you're going to look over here, there's this other thing that's happening. Holy shit, it's happening. That's how you're going to be. And at that moment in time, you're going to say, you know what, the last 3 years was worth it. You will say that. I promise you will.
It was worth it. If you guys didn't like that pet video, I got one more. Here's another animal video you guys might like.
Please let me know in the comments. What's he doing? Please let me know in the comments.
That motherfucker's big enough to have a carry permit. Fucking packing heat, dude. Driver's license, smoking a cigar. There you go. One more cute animal video.
And that's when we celebrate.
Yes, Japan's bank has fallen. It was all worth it, Etsuko.
I'm holding off on
You got that Yakuza money. Yakuza money.
The cruise that we've been talking about
Cup koozie money.
for a long time. But that's I decided I'm going to buy out the whole
Thanks, Red Pill Girlfriend. I take care of it. I trim around the edges. I appreciate the compliment, though.
boat, not just like a block of rooms. We're just going to get a boat. It's going to be wildly expensive, but it's also going to be wildly fun. I decided I'm going to buy out the whole boat, not just like a block of rooms. We're just going to get a boat for a long time. But that's
a field cruise.
I decided I'm going to buy out the whole boat, not just like a block of rooms. We're just going to shit, it's happening. That's how you're going to be. And at that moment in time, you're going to say, you know what, the last 3 years was worth it. You will say that. I promise you, you will. And that's when we celebrate. I've been holding off on that celebration and that cruise that we've been talking about for a long time. But that's coming. I decided I'm going to buy out the whole boat, not just like a block of rooms. We're just going to get a boat. It's
whole boat.
Expensive, but it's also going to be wildly fun.
He's going to buy the whole boat.
I've been excited about this for years. Years.
I can't wait till someone screen rips his Q&A. He's been excited for years, ever since he went into Well, he didn't actually go into. Ever since he signed an NDA. Well, he didn't actually sign an NDA. Ever since he went into. Well, he didn't actually work with those people. Ever since he joined the well, he didn't actually work for. Ever since he was invited on the Trump team. Well, he wasn't invited on the Trump team.
Vindication is coming. The I told you so's will be coming. There's gonna be a lot of people. I've said this many times in the past too, but it's worth saying again.
I was in Oklahoma for the tarantula mating season or whatever. That shit was terrifying. Fucking terrifying. They consumed the entire road we were driving down. We had to stop. A gravel road. The whole road was, and then they started crawling over the truck and shit. I used to have a video of it on a shitty ass old cell phone. I have no idea where it's at. They come up and blacked out the truck. Like you couldn't see through the windshield and the windows and shit.
There's gonna be a lot of people that betrayed you in some way, shape, or form, betrayed your friendship or your trust or whatever in regards to everything that has been happening since 2020. It's gonna be probably hard for a lot of you, but they're gonna need you. They're gonna need you, and you should be there for them. And obviously, I can't force any of you to do that, but I will be. I know that. I'll be there for all those liberals that are no longer liberals.
I'll be there. Why does he keep sucking his fucking thumb, dude? This is getting more and more disgusting. Is that where he keeps that white enamel coat he keeps applying to his top lip or to his upper teeth?
There's not going to be anyone that could defend what you're about to see. There's not going to be anyone to say, "Oh yeah, that's just Trump," and it's going to be. There will be no refuting. It's going to be irrefutable. There will not be any support for that side ever.
No, I had insider sources. I got the information that I did from Phil's own attorney, but no, it hasn't been released yet.
Again, now I'm not saying there won't be, parties and candidates that will still exist on different platforms and have different disagreements about certain subjects. It could be abortion, it could be gun rights, it could be whatever. But as far as liberal versus conservative, far right versus far left, you're not going to have that anymore because the far left is just completely, just forever decimated. There won't be any pretending anymore by anyone. It's all going to be out there for everyone to see, and there will not be any denying it. So those little bits were my long-winded version of telling you that little first piece of intel. And the second piece of intel.
Okay. Second intel.
And the reason why I named tonight's live Fall Guys is because there are going to.
You think he keeps a little fucking fecal matter there like Scott Wajos does? He goes back in for the taste. Phil's the type of guy I could see him eating his own shit.
And everyone should listen to me closely. There are going to be several individuals, names that you do know, not necessarily the names in the little graphic I put on the screen tonight, but maybe, that end up being the fall guys for other names.
Oh, thank you very much. Needed the laughs tonight. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad you get live. I'm happy to be here. I feel better since I started streaming. I felt like shit the last couple of days. I was literally like, every time I would sit down or even stand still long enough, I was just fucking nodding out. It took me like 2 hours to get in the shower because usually I go in there and like lean up and like empty my fucking pants and get my clothes ready. Like whatever I wore the day before, I always leave in my jeans so I don't lose anything because I'm real bad about like losing keys and wallets and shit with PTSD. But anyways, I was like, every time I would fucking lean up against the counter, I'd just pass out. Lean up against the wall, pass out.
That's not to mean, before everybody starts flipping out, that's not to mean that those other big names are getting off or getting away with the things that they did. It just means the things that the fall guys are going to fall for pale in comparison to the much more serious crimes that were committed by these high-level individuals. Who were some of the high-level individuals? Not Joe Biden. He won't be a fall guy.
Okay, not him.
More along the lines of a Zuckerberg. Everyone that did something.
He couldn't think of another name. Zuckerberg's the only one he got.
In regards to aiding the cabal, in regards to election interference, in regards to, the COVID-19 farce and the vaccine story, for lack of a better term, for lack of a much worse term. Everyone will answer to their.
No, he's best friends with Andrew Torba because they went to school together.
Crimes. But a lot of the lower level crimes, when I say lower level, these aren't lower level, these are massive felonies that can land you in jail for the rest of your life. There's going to be guys that fall for those lower level crimes that didn't necessarily do them. They took a part, a small part, and it was actually by the much bigger names that those crimes were committed. Those people did them, but these other guys are going to fall for them because they're not treason.
That's how fall guys work.
The big guys are going to.
That's just the definition of a fall guy, right? I never directly told him to murder somebody. He just, thought I implied that, so he murdered him.
Down for treason. The big guys are going down for sedition. The big guys are going down for crimes against humanity.
But remember, all the big guys have already been taken down, and what you're actually seeing is an actor, so it's all just a big charade. Just a charade. That's it. None of it really matters, and it could have been handled years ago. They're all actors and clones and people wearing masks, and they're not even the real people. Joe Biden's been dead for years, but he's going to go down for treason. Well, his clone / actor will, and then we'll pretend like it's him, remember?
Crimes against children, war crimes. So
war crimes against children? I feel like committing war crimes against my children all the time.
To see, for example,
a little bit of fucking CS grenade or something in their bedroom.
Just an example. There's all this talk lately about Joe Biden taking money from China, something about 4 million here and blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Does this chat know that I'm vaccinated? I'm not vaccinated. I just happened to look over and it says, Phil, does this chat know that you're vaccinated? Have you ever gone over that yet? Just completely false. Listen, there is not a reason on God's green earth that I would get that vaccination. And I've been very clear about that for a very long time. Never been vaccinated for COVID-19. When I was a child, I received vaccination.
I don't know, man. You're the only person that got into Coleman's law firm without a vaccination then, because all the reviews were talking about how they weren't even allowed inside. And then you were over there just hanging out, chilling every day. That was weird.
I didn't have a choice when I was a child. But this idiot over here is talking about the COVID vaccine, and I'm not vaccinated for COVID. There is no reason to get vaccinated for COVID. I would never be vaccinated for COVID for any reason, period. And I swear on my children's lives. Now this one says bullshit. Okay, that's enough of you. You had your little fame. Now you're gone. You're gone. So, getting back to it, we want everyone to answer for their crimes, but what's going to happen, as you're going to see over the next coming weeks and months, you're going to see people going down for things that you thought did other things, and it turns out that they're actually getting arrested and like indicted over these things. And you're like, wait, I thought that was, oh wait, so now you're telling me that he's going to get away with it because this one got, no, he's not going to get away with anything. He's going down for something much worse. And an example is,
what is this a setup for? Now Phil can say, if any CEO, any person that you probably wouldn't know, this guy that the head of this company, this guy that ran that bank, this guy that did this guy that sat on that board gets arrested, he'll be able to say, see, I told you, they're the fall guys. But don't worry, just around the corner, they're going to arrest Joe Biden's clone actor for treason and then hang his clone actor like they already did years ago for some reason.
Going to be made out of him and that other group of high-level individuals. These other guys down here, they did lots and lots of stuff too, and they should be in jail for the rest of their lives. But the things that the big guys did, the little guys either knew about or had a hand in, so they're going to fall for that, and we're going to leave the big crimes to the big people. Quick trial. None of this bullshit trial.
He didn't take them from his head if he got hair plugs for his face, because they are far and few between.
I said shit a lot tonight. I apologize. I just realized that just now. Anyway, none of this long, drawn-out paperwork process where attorneys file motions and quick trial. Bing, bang, boom.
This is the craziest thing I think I've ever heard. They claim to support the Constitution, be about the Constitution. They claim that Donald Trump's being railroaded, blah, blah, blah. But they want military tribunals only because they think they're faster. They want quick trials, no motions, no evidence, no nothing. You did it. Boom. You're our political enemy. Die. What type of political leader has kangaroo courts for all their political opponents and kills them all? Y'all fucking retarded? There are places like that where you can just go live now. If we sent all the Q-tards to North Korea and told them that the North Korean leader was Donald Trump in a mask, you think they would just blend in?
You know how long the average military tribunal lasts? Look it up, if you find it. Good thing for you to look up yourself. I could tell you, but I'd rather you look it up.
I could tell you, but I'd rather look it up.
That's really the intel that I had for tonight. I didn't have anything, super bomb drop is what I meant to say, but I said drum bop. Okay. Interesting, drum bop.
You know why the only reason that military tribunals would be shorter? Drum bop, yep. Because most of them are like fucking court martials and shit, right? Like I had a buddy who he got court martialed. He bought a trailer extremely cheap. Or he bought a equipment trailer extremely cheap. So cheap that the military decided that he should have second guessed the price. We're talking like 10% of like market value. Now the guy told him he was leaving town, had to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. But the military decided he didn't do his due diligence when buying that. He thought he had bought it free and clear and just got a hell of a deal. brought it on base to repair a tire at the shop he worked at. When he brought it on base, they ran the VIN number and found out that it was fucking stolen. And his whole thing lasted like, I don't know, like 3 months. But it was like a court martial, and like the military doesn't play around with that shit, right? Like you get court martialed, you go through it. They can decide whether you should have known better, and then basically you get a jail sentence. But a lot of it's like petty shit. So if we have to do the average of it, what's the average length of traffic court? We're not talking about, when we talk about the average, what percentage of the average is like murder or war crimes or crimes against humanity that you like to say? Less than 1% of 1% of 1%, probably. Y'all are fucking idiot. You know how many traffic citations they do in a regular courtroom every day?
But I think that stuff is good stuff to watch out for. I like doing these little intel drops to keep you guys unsurprised and unshocked when it actually happens. Because I think you should be informed of what's about to go down. And I also like confirmation of things that I say before they happen, because it shows you that I do know a little bit about some stuff. I know that there's been many things that I've said over the years that didn't come to fruition because I'm being told these things, and then the ones that are actually in control of them change their mind and they go to a different.
Wait, but never question your intel, and you've never been wrong before. But you tell all these things, they never happen because someone changed their mind. You told us on Mike Penny's channel your intel's never been wrong before. And never question your intel. But then it just doesn't happen. And then what? We just can't question it still? Yes, please remember the show is 100% funded by you. I know the holiday season's coming up. Trust me, we're stressing it too. A lot of people have less money going on right now. Some people are, seasonal work, hours are cut back or whatever. But if you think the show deserves it, if you want to support the show, if you want to help us out, especially as the holidays coming out, you can do that coldbeer.fund or buy me a coffee is probably the easiest one to do. We greatly appreciate it. We're stressing over Christmas the same way everybody else is. That's why I hate the holidays again. Jesus.
Different route because of whatever reason. There's a million reasons that they do it like that for, but makes me look stupid. But that's the position that I'm in. I'm not in the war room making those calls and talking strategy. I just hear about the strategy and then I try to give it to you guys in the best way that I can without exposing too much, but yet still showing you that you're in the right place. A lot of people mentioning banks over here in the chat. What I said about banks, the past live, I think it was the fall live. That's all still going down.
It's still happening. It was just going to be over this week, but now it's 2 weeks later and it's 3 weeks later and it's still happening. Don't worry.
Major suppression happening right now in the mainstream media to report what's actually.
They're just suppressing it all. Got it.
Happening in the banking industry. But what I can tell you is the banking industry is in far worse condition, as I sit here today, than it was the last time I sat in this chair and told you about it. Far worse condition. And if you still have your money in those institutions, I don't know what to say to you anymore. I don't know what to do. I understand if you have a spouse or a loved one that's in control of that financial aspect of your life, but those are.
Give me your money or you're going to lose it all. I don't know what to tell you. Give me all your money in one of my investments or you'll lose it all. Well, I gave everybody a choice. These people choose of their own free will. I told them to use their own discernment. You either give me all your money and I'll make you a multimillionaire or you'll lose it all in the bank or the stock market or your house or wherever you keep it. Everybody's going to get $1 million. I didn't say dollars.
You that know have made appointments at goldquiz.com to talk to one of their experts to get your money out of your 401k or IRA and into the same 401k.
I've had the worst fucking year of my life, and I've had some fucked up years before. This has by far been the worst.
IRA, but instead of it being backed by the stock market and the dollar, it's backed by metals. Goldquiz.com, super easy to sign up for. Get your free kit, get your appointment, and roll that stuff over. Don't wait. If there's an earlier appointment, take it. Don't wait. Goldquiz.com will get you there. We have, just this month alone, what were the stats?
He has to pretend like he looks them up. I think he lies about all of this.
Just in so far in November alone, we've had 22 million in closed rollovers in November, just up to today, 22nd. And we have another 23 million pending to close. So this month alone, we're going to.
Well, he just made up that second number for sure. Like the 22 million, maybe he actually looked at something, but the 23 million he made up 100%. He wasn't even looking at shit when he read that.
Do 50 million in November, just up to today, 22nd. And we have another 23 million pending to close. So this month alone, we're going to do 50 million in IRA.
Just tell, touching his nose, looking away.
IRA or 401k rollovers. And last month was similar. I think it was about 40 or 50 million. And next month's going to be through the roof. It'll probably touch 75 or 100. So if you're not one of those people yet that have had the experience of going through Gold Quiz and getting your money out of the stock market and into precious metals, for all the reasons that I talked about in my last live, it was called the fall.
Why would we need gold and silver and shit? Nasara started on November 5th. Why would we need to invest? Why would we need your health products if med beds are right around the corner? Why do we need any of this?
Do it. It's the best bet that you can make right now. Also the safest. Lots of stuff over here being asked in the side chat.
They're now being told that if you go to your 401k thing for Goldco, if you go over there, it'll tell you like what your actual market value is. If you sold it, cashed out today, it'll also tell you your projected value if you left it there for so many years, whatever the yearly rates are. There's a lot of people that have lost quite a bit substantially on it, and they're making posts. And their new go-to for that is, yeah, but that's if you value it at market value. Phil told you that silver is going to go up to $10,000 an ounce, or maybe $50,000 an ounce, and gold is going to be above that or equal to. So if you take that into account, you're already a millionaire. You just got to wait. That's I swear to God, that's the way that they address those people who are like, I've lost $20,000 since I signed up. Yeah, on market value, but if we're talking about Phil value, you're already a billionaire, baby.
But I'm going to save those questions for the Q&A, which I'm going to do right now. So for those of you on Rumble and on DLive that want to be part of the Q&A, you can get over to Locals. The link to Locals is down in the chat. I'm sorry, down in the comments, both listed on DLive and on Rumble. You could click that link. It'll take you right to Locals. You can sign up there. The link, if you just want me to say it to you, is philgodleski.locals.com. That'll take you there. It takes about 3 minutes to sign up, $15 or 1 month subscription, $130, I think. And there's a Black Friday special coming up too, I think. They just emailed me and asked me if I could do a discount for Black Friday, and I said yes. So they'll credit your account. If you sign up now, they'll credit your account. It's no big deal. Okay. What about the Q clock running out? What about it? What do you think that means? Weekend happens when the Q clock runs out.
He hasn't made up a story for this yet.
Did you see that eerie face I did there? It was like a... All right, so philgodleski.locals.com. I'm going to end the stream right now on Rumble and on DLive, and I'm going to stay live on Locals. We're going to do a Q&A. All right, guys, if you're not going to tune in over there, thank you for tuning in tonight. Love you guys. I will see you soon. Probably going to do another live, maybe by the weekend, if not early next week. We'll see how it shakes down. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy JFK Day. It is a happy day because you lived. Just want to say that one more time. And
he still doesn't understand how live streaming works. So there you go. He still doesn't understand how live streaming works. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I made myself upset talking about the holidays too much, but I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm going to hop off here and go get something to eat and lay down for a while. I still don't feel great. But enjoy your holiday. I'll probably post some updates or something maybe tomorrow. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. We'll see everybody on the next one. I don't know when I'll be live again, but thanks for joining us, and we'll see everybody later. Have a good night.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit.
Where my true believer?
Y'all need Jesus.
Praise the Lord, head to the extreme.
All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Opened his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop.
What?
What? I'll get my files.
What are you doing? Stop. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Hit the place in the best, you know.